Norn Queens, and Gentle Xenos. Coming to you live from Rick Priestley's luxurious mansion. This is the #1 Tyranid Shitshow on the internet, the Creature Conference. And here is your host, Mr. Pink.
Hello and welcome, everyone. That was the lovely Symbio Joe leading us in there at the Creature Conference intro. Not with us this evening, but happy to welcome you to the #1 Tyranid shit show on the internet. This one's going to be a little weird. We're doing it on a Saturday instead of a Friday. I also have the usual suspect, Flynnhammer, here. Want to say hi, Flynnhammer?
Hello.
As well as Dwarfanage. Dwarfanage, thanks for joining us. I feel like you joined us on the last one, didn't you? You're becoming
the last like 4.
You're becoming a fixture. Look at you. I'm a fixture on the old Creature Conference. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
Sweet. And yeah, in case you've not checked in on us before, this is the internet's #1 shit show, and we come to you live every week from a room in Rick Priestley's palatial mansion. So, oh wait, I'm gonna do a thing. There we go. We come to you live every week from a room in Rick Priestley's palatial mansion. So I think maybe Dwarfanage did it last time. Flynnhammer, do you want to tell everyone where we're coming from this week? Flynnhammer, you still there? Are you muted? Why can't I hear Flynnhammer?
I don't know, he just went quiet.
Did I mute him? No. What? No, I have his volume. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Flynnhammer will rejoin us in a second. Wait, Flynn, say something?
I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. He's back. The fifth and you've now met the 5th member of the Creature Conference, which is technical difficulties. We're all about that life. So Flynnhammer, what part of Rick Priestley's palatial mansion are we coming to everyone from this week? What room?
We're coming from his panic room.
His panic room.
Room.
Is that because you were just panicking because your audio would not work?
No, I think it's more because the audio is getting cut in and out. So the signal is just can't penetrate.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, anyway, yes, we're coming from Rick Priestley's panic room this week. So apparently we've got a big store of food and beverages in here in the panic room. There may be some weird medieval implements for protecting people in the panic room. Who knows?
Mainly German tea and Irish water.
What's that?
Mainly German tea and Irish water.
German tea, Irish water. I like that. Yep. Yeah, I was actually just hanging with some Germans, and apparently I may be going to my 3rd German wedding of all time. But it won't be in Germany. It will be in France. But that's exciting.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, ooh la la. C'est vrai. Ooh la la.
Maybe you could stop in the UK and be on a certain podcast.
Hey, I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't think about it. That could be fun. Yeah. Stopping in the UK is always a good time. There we go. Yeah, so what has everyone... Oh, I just want to say hi to everyone who has joined us in the chat. Dwarfanage is not a fan of having the chat up on the screen, so we do not have the chat up on the screen, but we have Evil Laugh Entertainment with a surprise attack, James Milner, Fergus Carroll, no name, am I late? No, you're not late. We were late. So you were right on time. Am I late? How do you do that? How do you not have a YouTube name?
I was looking at that and I was like, what is going on there? That is the
That person is sneaky. That person is sneaky. And we have Diana, who often joins us. How do, Diana? Welcome. And then Dan Kaplinger, who also often joins us. Good to see you both. Good to see you all, but good to see some regular faces as well as James Milner. James Milner is often here, and Fergus Carroll is a new regular, I believe. At least that's how I feel. So yeah, I gotta go grab some models. So Dwarfanage, have you been doing much hobby this week? Do you have anything to share?
I have been painting a lot of ghosts. Well, 4 ghosts, and spending a long time on them. And it's a process. It's kind of going well. Kind of have a color scheme picked out. The bases look nice. I'm really struggling with my purple. For some reason, no matter what I do with this purple, it looks warm. Like it's just super warm. I need it to be cold. It's just the entire model looks warm. It's crazy. I don't really understand what's going on with as dark as this purple is. It's almost like it's red. It's wild. I don't know what's going on. What about you, Flynn? What are you working on today?
Good man.
So I have decided to do something incredibly stupid but incredibly beneficial. I
Tell
am
us
going to
more.
be laying out my whole entire hive fleet to one, figure out how much I actually have. Two, to work out how much spray I need to purchase, so I can spray said hive fleet and start on the painting for it. And three, I've thought, why not make this into a bit more of a fun community thing and start a hive fleet challenge. So
Hive fleet
everyone
challenge.
Yeah, so it's very simple. All you do is just take a photo of your whole hive fleet, regardless if it's painted or not. You just show how much biomass your Tyranid hive fleet has accrued. And if you don't play one of the lore accurate hive fleets, so your Leviathan, Kraken, not the real Hydra, and all the other ones, what's a bit of lore behind your hive fleet? So for mine, because of how I've collected it, so my hive fleet's Chupacabra, named after the goat suckers from South American folktales. Is
it more? I
they-
think it's just like North and South American, or is it just South American? Do you know more
No,
about
it's
that?
mainly
Okay,
South
okay,
American.
okay. So technically it is South American because it came up from South American cultures, but it is very prevalent in Mexico, which is technically part of North America, but a lot of North Americans consider Mexico very south and potentially part of South America, which is more of like a bigotry thing. So we are going to go and keep Flynn's South America.
Sweet.
And so my hive fleet it's basically taken up the remnants of other hive fleets that have fallen victim to the Imperium or other established empires, and it's scooped them up to repurpose them for the hive fleet, but also it's a very highly adaptive hive fleet. Case in point of the madness that is my Instagram page with the ridiculous number of conversions.
You said it, not me.
Such as, which has been one of my favorites to recently get back out, the Scorpion Tyrant. I'm just going to make sure I can get this focused. And so, which I made out from a Miss miniature model, which is one of their scorpions. It's a centaur scorpion. I can't remember what the name of it, but made it a while ago. And so it's just making sure I can figure out how much spray I actually need to purchase. And so for tonight, I am fixing or repairing a lot of the models that have been damaged in storage.
Mm-hmm.
Some because I put another box on top of it and didn't realize it had squashed it a little bit, and others because they have just been sitting that way for a while. Like, I just remembered I've got a set of Hormigate gargoyles that I did a conversion of, and the wings were 3D printed.
Yep.
And I think most of them have snapped the wings.
Oh no.
And it's just like I could easily just go back and fix them, but it's just they will break again, and it's not even like I could go over with a bit of green stuff or anything, but it's just the thinness would just be annoying. Just because I know I put them back in a box, I put it back in the box and broken. I need to do like one of those, magnetize the bases, get a magnetic sheet to stick them on, and have more like that. So I think they may be the only one I don't go and repair until I get one of those boxes. So I know they'll be more secure and safe. But one of the ones I was talking about it before we started that I've gone to fix is the Shrikes I built based off Nick's very old blog post she did.
Yeah, I was trying to. I've long wanted to do an all Tyranid warrior force, And but I was like, oh man, all Tyranid warriors, like that's pretty expensive. Like someone once was musing that if you could get a way to make cheap Tyranid warriors with just 4 scything talons, this was many editions ago, that it would be pretty like cost effective to just have a wall of scything talon warriors. So I like bought some Starship Trooper models, and I was like, I'm gonna convert these into Tyranid warriors. Never got far because this, I don't know if you've ever messed with the Starship Trooper arachnids, but they are made from like the weirdest plastic in the world, and it's really hard, like hard to cut.
Interesting.
So I gave up. I gave up basically as soon as I started. But as part of that like drive to make cheaper Tyranid warrior models, I wanted to find a cheaper way to make Shrikes, because Shrikes was still a thing back then. And I was like, well, if they're winged, they don't need legs, and like they could be, you could kind of justify them having like a smaller form factor because they need to fly, so they need to be lighter. This was my rationale. And I decided to just get gargoyle wings and just like put them onto Tyranid warriors, and it kind of worked. Did I cut out the wrong friggin' body?
Looks like it, sir.
Damn it. I'm cutting out Barbgaunt. I think I took number 14. This one's number 2. This one's number 10. This one's number 6. Oh shit, is it 18? Is that the one I want? Oh, that would be bad.
Are you doing anything fun with these Barbgaunt? Or just
Well, I'm converting them the way that I converted the other ones. Damn it, did I screw this up? I think I screwed this up. That was dumb.
Wow, I'm so disappointed. I expect more from you, Mr. Pink.
You bastard.
I was going to be annoyed with anything.
And it's especially easy because it's like, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3 go together, 4, 5, 6 go together.
Well, what I cut out is well wait, is that 9?
Oh, that's
I cut out I cut out 15, 16, and 17. And what comes after 17 is 18. But I was like, oh, but what comes before 15 is 14. Oh, this is dumb. Okay, whatever. All right. That's a problem for another time.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so I was trying to make cheaper Shrikes. That was the goal. Which one are we doing? Does this fit?
Shrikes is always the goal.
Oh yeah, okay, that fits like butter. Okay, so that's the correct piece that's supposed to go together there. Okay, well now I know what the hell I'm doing. Thank God.
So
yeah,
this week,
I can't believe you made some more Shrikes. That's cool.
Oh, I made them a while ago. But yeah, that's what I mean. Is like I am digging through like my whole stuff to get it all prepared for this one stupidly big photo that hopefully becomes a community thing. So much so I've actually prepared. I've found images in the Warp Shadow archives to help with it.
Images of what?
So on the old Warp Shadow archive, there's people who have taken photos of their high fleets.
Yeah.
So I'm going to post those as part of Warp Shadow for it.
Oh, cool. Okay, of like their whole high fleet out on a table.
From when they were, and if said person is now on Instagram, because I don't think some of them are, they can message us or even post where their high fleet is now.
Yep.
If they still have
Nice.
it.
Like it.
But Nick, what have you been working on this week?
What have I been working on this week? What the hell have I been working on this week?
a lot. I could tell you.
Yes.
Oh, I've been working on some video stuff. So yeah, I think I mentioned this on the stream before, but Jacob is saving me from myself. Dwarfanage is saving me from myself. Part of the reason I don't get out more videos more often is because I would rather convert models than make videos, because video editing takes a lot of time. And even like when it comes to videos, I'd rather shoot videos than edit videos. So Dwarfanage has long been like giving me tips like, hey, you should consider doing this with your videos. You should consider doing this. And there were so many good tips that I was like, hey, Dwarfanage, you want to come on board and do more of this in a more official capacity? And thankfully, he said yes.
Do you want to be my editor, in other words?
Not just editor, more than just editor, like pocket strategy.
What that means for the viewers at home is that you're going to start getting regular videos from Mr. Pink. It's going to be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
All this locked up knowledge inside his brain is going to be coming directly to you. Tell your friends. Promote this. Let your friends know that he'll be making great content.
The shit is bananas. You're gonna be getting a banana milkshake straight to your brain hole. That I don't know if that went over well. Whatever. Okay. So I've been shooting some video for Dwarfanage. Definitely that. Primarily in the vein of how to sculpt Tyranids. Actually, I didn't. I've only made one how to sculpt Tyranids video, the one on armor plates, and I wanted to get it out like around the time that my video with Eric's Hobby Workshop came out, and I kind of like succeeded at that. But then I had like other ones in the hopper, and like I just finished explaining, I am my own worst enemy when it comes to editing video. So I hadn't been working on them, but apparently people want them. Like someone commented somewhere, they're like, "Where's the next how to sculpt Tyranids video?" I'm like, "Whoa!" Apparently there's an appetite, so that's good.
Well, we've had many people see the light and join the Brotherhood, as you
are correct.
Say, since Leviathan came out. So they want to know what they can do with their Tyranids. What else they can do to make them even better.
So thanks to Dwarfanage, those people are going to know what they can do with their Tyranids to make them better.
And hopefully it's
I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, once again, what was that?
It'll be hopefully in time for Wave 2 of Tyranids. Because I know that's coming soon, but I don't know what. I don't have a clue when. One of the rumors, like this next Sunday.
I don't believe that rumor, but I don't believe that rumor, but it could well be. Like we'll find out tomorrow if the next Tyranid wave is coming. I really hope not, because honestly, my lovely patrons over on Patreon, they funded my Leviathan box. I was saving up on Patreon for many months because I have a few to get enough for the Leviathan box, and they came through, and that was amazing. And then I'm like, oh, I can maybe save up for the new wave of Tyranids, and I need some more time to save because there are a lot of Tyranids in that wave, and I haven't saved up enough yet. So we'll see what happens there.
For me, it's a do it as a piecemeal thing. So I
can this is the thing. Flynn, you're absolutely right. I'm like, oh, I got to get all the Tyranids at the same time. I'm like, I don't need to get all the Tyranids at the same time. I can get them piecemeal. Why am I feeding into the Games Workshop FOMO buy it all now mindset? That's silly. You're absolutely right, Flynnhammer. I should buy them piecemeal like a normal human being.
It's because you need 5 Biovores.
I do need 5 Biovores, but in order to save up for 5 Biovores, like that's not going to be cheap. So I want 5 Biovores and 5 Lictors because those kits look like they're going to be useful for a lot.
There's going to be great parts in those kits. That's what it's mainly going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that this weekend is not the pre-order. Sunday is not the pre-order, but like you said, doesn't mean I have to buy it. I can wait.
Do what I do. Use it for the coins. Get your special coins.
No, fuck the coins. The coins is like coins is like literally Games Workshop FOMO in overdrive. Like buy what we say when we say. I cannot support the coins. I worry about you, and I worry about High Fleet Hyper because of how many coins you guys have.
I've said how I use the coin stuff, though.
I know, you've explained this before. Let's not get into it again. But
also, it's another thing. Not into that bit, but it's one thing I recently found out. So, my local Games Workshop, not that local, but the local one, the manager's moving on. And he's said that the store would have closed if he didn't turn it back into being a profitable store.
Yep.
And so my nearest store would have been the flagship store, and in London, and it's not really a hobbyist store. It's the
flagship store could have closed.
No, not the flagship store.
Okay, I was going to say that's shocking.
My local store, but the nearest one to me after that would have been the flagship store, and it's not fun to get to. It's more expensive to get to.
Yep.
And it's just not that much of a. You go in, you can really ask a hobbyist question because they're more there of we need to sell to the public here and get people in the door rather than your local stores are more of a we can get. You can come in, you can have a question, you can have a chat, and everything.
Yep.
So it was just like finding out, oh, okay, so my store could have closed. So still going in even if it's only once a month I go in.
Oh, so you're doing a bit of Games Workshop retail charity, is
I
what
need
you're
to
doing
I need
by
to keep my
buying your
local store
coins,
open. Yeah,
making sure that there still is a local store for you to go to.
yeah, that's why.
Okay,
But
I
yeah, that's
gotcha.
it. But I only spend the amount I need for the coin, and that's it.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad you have that self-control. Because if I started going for coins, I might not have that self-control. I'd be worried.
Yeah, it's also the collector in me needs to have them all.
Oh, yeah, as you are showing us your vast collection of Tyranids that you're going to photograph.
Yeah. So one thing I've actually got a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a model that you've converted and you've gone, I don't remember converting this model?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the hybrid gene stealers, the Orc gene stealer and the Eldar stealer. I completely forgot I did those. And I forgot I sent them to Marco.
But have you had it with, so that's 2 models. Have you had it with like a whole box worth of models?
I don't have a whole box worth of models that I've converted, so definitely not.
I can just turn to a box and go, we're doing some of those, I don't remember all of those. Then I just go through my Instagram, oh yeah, that was it. Still don't remember making it. But yeah, I've got also another one for you.
Uh-huh.
Has there been a time when you've been doing a commission for someone? Now, I'm not going to do this to you, but someone's gone like they've had an idea they want to add into it midway through, and
Yeah,
it's
that was a
something,
problem.
and you're like, I don't like that idea, but you're the one paying for it.
So I think I touched on this a few streams back, but we were talking about like there was some drama in the hobby community about a commission artist who wasn't being great to their clients and was kind of ignoring them and not giving them updates on their stuff. That inspired me to make a call on a commission that I was supposed to be doing that I realized my heart was not in. And that was a situation where I had agreed with someone that I was going to make them a Godzilla army. Like a bunch of monstrous creature Tyranids converted. And I was picturing doing like... What the hell is that saw? Hold on. I was picturing doing like normal monstrous creatures, like getting a Carnifex frame and like building cool stuff onto a plastic Carnifex frame and kind of getting them out pretty quick because I had ideas for what I wanted to do, and if I was working on a Carnifex frame, I wouldn't have to convert that very much from the stock Carnifex. And then partway through, this person was like, yeah, I want them all to be arachnids. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. Because, like, you can't, like, short of just, like, taking Scything Talons and just slapping a bunch of Scything Talons onto the model, like legs, so it's knife walking, which I'm not thrilled about. There's no easy way to quickly make Tyranids into good, convincing arachnids without a great deal of conversion time. And I had like quoted this army at like, oh yeah, you know, this won't take me too long because I'm basically just going to do like a bunch of Carnifex conversions and it's going to be fun. To, okay, so for every one of the Carnifexes, I have to convert not 2 legs, but like 4 to 6 legs. Yeah. So,
jeez.
Yeah,
you'd have to make like you have to redo the abdomens and like the lower halves to make them look like arachnids and not just dudes with like extra legs.
Yeah, stuff like that.
The easiest way to do it, and it just
I don't want to do it, Flynn. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not inspired by arachnid. Like, I'm also just not. I want Tyranids to be Tyranids. I don't want Tyranids to be bugs. I don't want Tyranids to be spiders. I just want them to be Tyranids. Like, it doesn't fit my my headcanon for Tyranids.
It's the easiest way is to get the Ragnarok kit, but that would just triple the price in like one fell.
No, it's too big. It's too big.
That's like
so I got the Ragnarok. Kit. I got the Ragnarok kit. He bought me one of the Ragnarok kits for like a commission for this commission. I was gonna use it to make like a Hive Tyrant, or like a Turvagon or something like that. But yeah, that would be super expensive and also way too big.
Yeah, there's no other. The other spiders are just not big enough for it. Anyway,
there's actually someone, Manzak Miniatures, who I think posts more on Warhammer Twitter than on Warhammer Instagram. Very amazing sculptor. I think I've shown like he was sculpting like a snapping turtle or something before, like an upright snapping turtle creature, and was like hand sculpting the shell. I mean, I shared that on a stream at some point. Anyway, he is trying to do an arachnid army, not like Tyranid arachnids, but just like a fantasy, some kind of fantasy arachnid army. And he wanted to use Tyranid bits for it, and he was like trying to compare like the Arachnarok bits with like Hive Tyrant bits and stuff like that, and he was coming up kind of short in that they didn't seem to combine that very well. He's very into scale. Me, I fudge scale. I don't obsess about. I shouldn't say obsess. I don't stick to like making sure the scale is very accurate necessarily. So
you said this guy was on Twitter?
Yeah, his Manzak. Mandzak. He's a phenomenal sculptor. He did like a djinn, like a genie kind of thing at some point.
Oh, there is a question in chat from No Name saying,
thank you. Yeah.
Is that a saw or a razor knife? So your weird blade thing.
So that is a very good question. So I have both. I have like a jeweler saw thing that I use. This is good because you can get like around corners and stuff with the long skinny blade. But I also have a razor saw that I got from PK Pro, I think. And you can just like, these are like razor saw blades. It's not a razor. It looks like a razor, but it's actually got teeth on it. It's a saw blade. So this thing is really great. I love it. And then my buddy Miniature Spencer 3D printed me a pink blade cover / here's what the blades look like. And then they like screw into it. I think there's a couple of different manufacturers that make these, but the only ones I could find here were like plastic handles and like clamshell shaped. This is a nice wooden one that I got from PK Pro. Facilitated by the lovely Hydra, I think, ordered it for me. Yeah, so I can slide the blades in there, slide this thing in here, because these blades are very fragile. Like, they will shatter if you look at them. So you gotta protect them somehow. Good question.
So I'm not finding... Well, I found, like, spider stuff. There's a lot of...
One sec.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't know if he posted any spider stuff yet.
I think I found the turtle. Not good pictures. But I will link his Twitter. Or X or whatever.
Don't call it X. Oh, someone sent me a link to it, and I swear to God the link was x.com, and I was like, no! No, he's finally managed it. Oh, you found it. Thank you.
And it still says Twitter.
A couple things in chat.
Yep.
James Milder and Moosist are excited for your High Fleet Challenge, Flynn. Very exciting. And
Sweet.
No Name is cleaning and rearranging their hobby space this week so that they can work on their nids and their death card. Moosist, my chat messed up. Hold on.
Let's call Moosist Moose Heist, because that's what like a robbery of mooses. That's what Flynn called them the first time, and I love it so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moose Heist.
Yes,
What is
thank
going
you.
on?
You did it.
Hold on.
Are you on live or top?
Weird. I'm on like
Is
regular.
your chat going?
Yeah, it's got like a bunch of like random, like I don't know if I have to refresh or what.
Oh, maybe we got some spam bots in there? No, I don't see it.
No, it's like a weird like glitch in the font.
Okay.
They just finished their exocrine and are working on a chicken T-Fex, making BFG cruisers and painting their June Stealer stuff while working on the Leviathan box. And Moose Heist also really likes your use of a Gene Stealer foot for a hand.
Oh, that I stole that fully from God. I stole that fully from somebody help me.
I can't remember it.
Quarantine Miniatures. Quarantine Miniatures.
I've been trying to figure out who it was for ages for a very specific reason.
Because you want to rip it off too, because it's the greatest idea ever?
Well, yes and no. It was more so I could get a collection of people who have done the whole changing the foot, the hoof on the model, so I can just go, okay, yep, that's it there.
Sweet. To put up on a warp shadow?
Yep. Like you did with the Screamer Killers.
Fantastic. I love it. If you could do that, that'd be great for warp shadow.
Okay, so I've just gone onto my Instagram. It says you've been temporarily blocked by misusing this feature by going too fast. Is that like
What?
I don't even know. I just like, oh, I think I know what it was. I was going through to try and pick which models to spray because there's a spraying as well today, and I was just opening them all in a new tab.
Oh, on your own Instagram.
Yeah, on my own one on my computer, and
so it looked like you were spamming or something.
Yeah. What is it? Wait, no, hey. I don't see Quarantine's hoof ones on his Instagram.
It's not on Quarantine Miniatures. It's not on it's on his Displacer Beasts. If you can find the Displacer Beasts. He didn't do it on a Barbgaunt.
Oh. Which one of the Displacer Beasts?
Whips. Lots of whips. Lictor type things with lots of whips. They're based on the Leapers.
Oh, those ones. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Displacer Beasts from D&D? Is that right, Dwarfanage? I think that's a D&D thing. A Displacer Beast.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it now.
Give me a second. Doing some audio issues.
Go for it.
I see it now. It's no, I thought it was on the Barbgaunts themselves.
No, I ripped it off and put it on the Barbgaunts.
Yeah.
Because it was genius.
That's what I was thinking. They were on those ones.
Cut this off last time. I don't really remember how I cut this off, but
Hey Nick, can you turn my volume down a little bit?
yes. Oh wow, my camera's like rocking like crazy when I'm sawing. I didn't even see that.
Okay, yeah. So the Displacer Beast is specifically from D&D. Is like one of those ones they made for for that game. They're really cool. They're like these like panthers with like weird tentacles on their back, and they like teleport around. It's pretty neat.
If anyone has played Final Fantasy VII, the weird dog things with tentacles on their back that you fight in like the very first like in Midgar, in like when you're going to the first reactor, they're basically Displacer Beasts. They just ripped them off wholesale.
Then everything rips everything off.
Yeah.
When everything's ripped off, nothing rips.
Shit.
Did Flynn reset? I don't know.
I'm still here.
What's going on with Flynn?
We were having like echoes. I think we got it fixed.
Oh, good. Sure. Thanks. Oh, you know what? Oh shit! It's because you guys are coming through my speakers.
Oh, so it was you. I was like, man, I swear, I have everything set up. I don't know what's going on.
I don't have my headphones. I don't know where I put them, and I wasn't gonna waste time trying to find them before I got it. Wait, actually, they might be right here.
There's the audio gremlins.
I am the audio gremlin. Never gonna stop me. Gremlin time.
Never gonna give you up.
All right. Let's stop that video. I will put my headphones on 1 sec.
Where's the place gone? Don't tell me it's in that box if I don't know. Okay.
My phone. Damn. Usually my like audio filter setting or whatever like filters out all the if I use my speakers, but apparently not today.
Yeah, those things can only be trusted half the time.
All right, you guys are in my headphones.
For the most part, your audio setup is good.
There will not be any other bullshit. Sorry about the bullshit to date. How the hell did I get this out of here? Yeah. It's been so long since I converted one of these that I don't really remember how I did it, but I'm gonna persevere.
I need to pull my NIDs back out. I was really excited. I was super gung ho to be working on these NIDs, and they're so awesome and great, and I love them. I think they're fantastic. But my true love found out that I was wandering, and they called me back home. So I'm back to working on Undead after a long time. Like I got the bug.
Okay.
I'm actually painting. I couldn't even tell you the last time I painted. I think it was like January.
Yeah.
I'm back in a big way.
Starting with the ghosts?
Yep, starting with these ghosts.
And
I'll,
Jacob Dwarfanage, as our resident undead expert, what do you think of the new Warhammer Plus model? If people have not seen it, there was a really lovely vampire lady in some super sweet Dark Eldar looking armor.
Do you have an hour?
I have 5 minutes. Tell me about, because
Okay.
it's Von Karstein, isn't this a big thing?
Okay, yes, okay. So look. Back in Warhammer Fantasy, there were 4 vampire bloodlines.
Yep.
I'm not going to go through all the names because I'm kind of like hazy
Because
right
you
now.
gave me an hour-long video on that?
Yeah, I did make an hour-long presentation for you. So the main bloodline for vampires was the von Karstein bloodline. It was led by the main like vampire guy, which is like the only one left supposedly. Like GW has basically said the only one left is Manfred because the rest were all killed off during the end times.
Boring
And Manfred's
Von Karstein.
only alive because Nagash went in specifically and was like, "All right, you're a good little soldier," and brought him back to undeath. So the fact that they're
Brought him
making
back to undeath. I love that.
yeah. So the fact that they're making a new von Karstein is wild. It is insane. And then you can also like look at, even in like the face details and see that they purposely did stuff that's different from like a lot of the new vampires because they're part of like this like Lycos bloodline or something because they're actually like wolf vampires or some nonsense. And so if you like look at like the new like most of the new vampires, they have extremely pronounced teeth and it looks a little silly. And I assumed that was just, you know, GW's new like sculpting style, and so I accepted it and have been working with it. But no, it's specifically this bloodline because with this new model that is still a von Karstein, it goes back to the old style of the teeth where they look almost human, but they're kind of like noble. And excitingly, they're supposed to have like a second head option for this that sounds like it's more classical, like one of the older female vampire heads, which is really exciting because I'm thinking it might be like one with like a big powdered wig. And if you like look at that model and really analyze it, there is a lot of like homages and different iconography that pays tribute to like older vampire models. Specifically, like there's some like Isabella von Karstein homages, like the way they have like the cloak and like the multicolors, and that there's like 2 sets of fabric and the leg armor. And then like the sword looks very much like Isabella's weapon. The only difference was that they did they paint the rose blue? Let me look.
I do not remember.
Well, while you're looking,
they did not paint the rose blue,
as they
which
should.
is cool.
They should have done.
But
no, they were not supposed to.
I mean, no. Like all of the undead have been having like a lot of rose motifs. It's actually like a really cool thing. Like if it's not on the model, it's on the base, which is really neat. Which is why I was talking about making like a little thing for how to sculpt a rose. But another like really cool aspect of this model. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So Isabella, she had a lot of blue roses, and that was like one of her like iconic things. But another really cool thing about this model, because this is like a fantastic model. I don't really love this head that they chose, but it's you can do stuff with it. They have an empty cup, which is crazy.
Is this like having an empty hand in other factions?
Yes. Like I've never seen an empty cup on any model. Like maybe like something like Scaveny or something, or like a really old thing, but like the fact they have like an empty blood chalice is wild, and they even had like a little fluff about it for that it's ready to get filled with blood, and I love that. Because like when you do vampires, I have like 10 models that have cups on them, and then it's like going around trying to figure out which one's hand is the right size. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
There's
awesome.
That's my 2 cents.
There's only one chalice I know of that's empty, and you can't buy it. It's the one from the.
So Moose Heist said that
they now
have an idea for an undead themed hive fleet, which sounds exciting.
Ooh. That sounds really cool. Wait, Moose Heist, are you the one doing the Slaaneshi hive fleet? Or wait, no, I think that's oh god, who is it? Mama Reaper? Doing an Slaaneshi themed hive fleet, but undead is cool. That is neat. I like that idea.
And then there's so many ways that they could be like animated in undeath. Is it like even like canonically in like Tyranid fluff? Like, sorry, excuse me. Like, are they like undead and infested with like parasites that make them move? Like that's
Oh, wait.
really exciting.
Are the creatures made of undead bodies, or are they undead Tyranids that have been reanimated? I've got so many questions.
Or do you remember what the old
Well,
catalyst
this
rule
is
was?
why I do undead, man, because there's so many options, just crazy stuff. Like my plant guys that are half made.
Oh yeah, Bits of Box did some cool plant undead a long time ago.
I don't think I've seen those. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, they're
Flynn are... Oh wait,
what?
I muted Flynn. That was what was going on.
You muted Flynn? Ouch.
I was doing audio checks. I was wondering why I couldn't hear Flynn.
Oh, on your end. I'm like, how did you
Yeah.
mute him in the stream? I didn't know you had that kind of
You
power.
did mute me. That was what was wrong. You unmuted me. I was wondering why you couldn't hear anything I was saying.
Oh, sorry, man.
I was like, what's going on? No one can hear me.
I kept saying, like, where is he? Is
I could hear you.
Simon posted about half an hour ago that he'll be here soon, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know if Simon was going to be able to join us on the stream, but that's
Yeah.
great.
So the whole thing with the Undead Tyranids, do you remember there was like, I know it was in 4th edition, there was the catalyst rule that you could do. So it was a psychic power, but it was also on bone swords, which allowed you to, even if you died, you could fight at the end
still
of
make your
the
attack.
combat.
Yep.
So something like that, like Moose likes to say in the chat, like old One Eye and taken much further. That would be brilliant. So you could have like a gaping
Busted up Tyranids that are regenerating.
Yeah, it's like a gaping slash through your Tyranids, all that sort of things. That would be amazing. All right. Where did I put your sword? This is the box. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a sword, so I will just talk out loud as I'm looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to recall how I did this. I gotta cut the end of the barrel out. Clean this up later. So yeah, basically what I'm doing here is I'm converting I didn't actually say this. I'm converting a Barbgaunt to be more like a Biovore in that the gun is mounted on the back rather than being shoulder carried. This is one I did before. I'm not 100% satisfied with this because I didn't really put another arm here. I just slapped in like a ammo feed or something. But the key thing is that you got to take out the... There we go. The key thing when you're doing this conversion is you need to take out the not mandible. You got to take out the bayonet underneath, and you got to take out the arms here, and you got to take off this butt piece here. These are all cool bits that you can use for other stuff. In fact, I reuse the arm on the guy as just like a little claw arm to go with that little claw arm on that side. Yeah, so you got to take out this bayonet piece here, because otherwise, if you take it and you try and put it on this guy, it's like sits right on his head. You could angle it up, but I don't know why he needs a bayonet thing shooting up into the sky. So I take it out so that there's room for it to like fit over the head, but I don't really love the like fitting over the head thing. I think that looks weird. So what I tend to do is I'll angle the gun up a bit more. In this one, because they're Barb Strangler or they're Barbgaunts, I put a Barb Strangler barrel in there because I'm like, haha, they say Barb. This was such a pain in the butt to do. I will not be doing this again because fitting it in there was a lot of annoying cutting and then sculpting after. So I'll probably just put a filler piece in there. So yeah, on this guy, I will... Which one is that? Oh, I think that's the one I did previously. I will angle it up, and then I also like taking the little barb shooty out of the barrel because, I don't know, I like an open barrel for some reason. So I just kind of like drilled out the end of the barrel on these guys to get an opening, and I think it works pretty well. I don't think you need a little barb shooty in there. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take out that barb shooty bit.
So one thing I was going to ask about.
Yeah.
The artwork for the...
Flynn, are you still doing stuff with your video? Because it's just been looking down the sphincter of a Tyrannosaurus.
I do so much stuff like off.
Like, are you trying to
terrible.
lure Marco onto the stream? Like, I don't think Marco's going to be like Highfleet Moloch's going to be joining us. But if you do keep just like a sphincter on screen, he may materialize.
You're just trying to
Maybe
summon...
like you called.
Yeah, I'm trying to summon the great Moloch.
He's a lover of sphincters. It is known.
The butt signal.
The butt signal. Fantastic.
You never know, it might work. You could summon him.
You were going to ask something? What were you going to ask?
The artwork for the... What do you call these, like, graphic cards for the...
Oh, the title
stream?
card.
That's the
Oh,
one.
actually, I should pull that up. I mean to have that up when we start the stream, so that if people want to... Now we're looking at a base? What are we looking at? Are you just covering the sphincter so that we don't get demonetized?
No, I was just flipping it over just so I can put the little
Okay.
technical pieces back on. So it's while I'm sorting it out.
I'll pull up that title card. Yes, I made a title card. There's a description of the artists in the description for this video. I can't recall their names right now, but this is the title card that I found. I basically just go to Google and I type in Tyranid art, and I find cool pieces of Tyranid art for the title cards. I used to replace them with like pictures of like what we worked on the stream. I haven't been doing that lately, but maybe I should. Yeah, so I just like this art because it kind of looked vaguely dominatrixy, like Tyranid dominatrixy. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of Carnifex creature, but it doesn't really look like a Carnifex creature to me in a really good way. Like it looks interesting and different. It looks like it might be more quadrupedal. It looks like it might be more like long, like a dinosaur. Yeah, I liked it. What do you think of it?
First thing I saw of it was a dom. It was the first thing I thought.
Well, there we go.
But
We're on the same page.
But it's just like it's a dom without the cannon on the back, which I like. I like that idea.
Oh, there could be a cannon up there. You don't know.
No, but it's
Can't
like
really see.
Like a dom size. It's not a dom, or just how they do the hybro duel going forward. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would
with
look good as a
claw
hero.
hands instead.
That would look good.
The whole thing I've never always got was that the scything talons are is one blade, but when you have talons on like a bird of prey, it's a claw. Their talons are claws, so it was just always. I never understood why it was that.
It's just like a scythe. Like the scything part is more descriptive of what you actually get.
Yeah.
It's a scything scythe.
Let me go to Google. For me, I was kind of excited. Like I'm not into Marines, obviously, but I thought it was like really interesting that there was a space wolf fighting a Tyranid.
Yeah.
Because like at least that's what it looks like. Because conceptually, that's an awesome idea. Like within the fluff, because aren't space wolves like into like hunting or whatever? Where they're like, oh yeah, I went and battled this big monster. Like that sounds awesome. Like why isn't there like Tyranid hunting space wolf, like space wolf crews? Like, oh yeah, we're a elite squad you take to like we're anti-Tyranid. Like that sounds awesome instead of like Ultramarines.
So did you just when you first said it call it a space wolf? Because I'm never calling it anything different to that now.
I heard space wolf, but you could also have heard space wolf. I see that.
Oh,
did you call it a space wolf? Was that intentional?
I called it a space wolf. Might just be my accent, but I feel like that is like a no, I don't want to say that word. It's like no, I don't like that word either. It's like how we call
Ultramarine Smurfs.
Yeah. I like that.
I do have some space wolf, so it's just
like
brilliant.
A pejorative term for it. Is that what we're going for?
Yeah, there we go. I didn't want to.
Why do people hate space?
DV or yeah.
I got it. Okay. Why do people hate space wolves so much? I don't understand.
Furries. That's why.
No, that's not. I don't think that's why. Maybe they're just like 1,000 Suns people. Like I think out of all of the Marines, like space wolves are one of the more interesting ones, just because of their aesthetics. And the Vikings, like I know they're just, oh yeah, we're space Marines, but we're Vikings, which who exciting. But it's still like they have some cool bits and stuff. out of all the Space Marines that I think deserve more love, it's like the Space Wolves, which I mean they have a ton of models. And obviously Space Marines don't need more loves, but the other one is oh no, the dragony guys.
Oh,
they actually have,
salamanders?
yeah, they're actually like kind of cool, and they never get anything. I know they had like a guy come out not that long ago, but
A
out of all the
captain or
Space
whatever.
Marines,
Yeah.
yeah, they're like the coolest ones. They're like the most not regular space soldiers.
I think they're also supposed to
the
be
ones
like
that-
the only human ones. Like they actually like help people, and they're not just like running in and smashing heads or something. There's some fluff about that. I don't know Space Marine fluff, but
Like Vulcan, the Primarch was always protect the people.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything, so always protect them first. And so they've kept that going. And instead, so that's what's happened. But it's just they're not really that fun to write. Apparently, it's always a bit like it's like
Drunk Vikings.
That's Space Wolves.
Yeah. Oh, salamanders you're
it's
talking about. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, salamanders. It's just like
I got confused.
it's not much. It's like, oh, we're hunting for our lost relics that our Gene Father made, and we've already got 3 of them, and we need to get I don't know how many of them. I know it's like 7 to 9 of them they need to find. Supposedly, once we find them all, Vulcan will return because
Oh,
interesting.
Perpetual, so he
there's
can't
reasons.
die.
Oh,
So
he's
will always-
perpetual. That's interesting. I didn't know
So
that.
he would always come back to life, even
Yep.
when he's killed.
Oh God,
but
he's
the
a
last time
phoenix.
he-
Okay, I get it now. They're just
Yeah.
putting all the fire imagery in together, aren't they?
Oh, isn't it
Yeah.
because he drank dragon blood or whatever?
Nope.
Nick, can you pop the title card off?
Oh, thank you.
It's because they've always got parts of the genetic DNA of the Emperor. The Emperor has perpetual DNA as well. So the Emperor always gets reborn. So there's a whole thing about him dying on the throne. He actually has
What
to
about all the
die to come
patriarchs? How come all the patriarchs didn't come back? Don't they all have his DNA?
No, they've all got certain parts of him, his DNA. So
Oh,
certain ones can. So Vulcan is the only one that we know of that has the perpetual part. So he can come back
Okay.
from the dead. And there's a book
once
in the Horus
his
Heresy I read,
MacGuffins are all collected, his perpetual DNA will be inactive.
Oh, we have
That
no
way
idea.
they don't have to actually do anything.
No, because the last time it happens is he's in the War of the Beast. It'd be pretty brilliant if we had Barbgaunt here to be able to correct me, because I know I'm getting a lot of this stuff wrong.
Oh, okay.
But he dies fighting the Beast.
The beast is that super big orc.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically the closest we've seen to a Krork, the original
Yeah.
orcs.
Yeah. Those are cool, man. I read some fluff about the Quark. They're pretty neat.
Yeah. And so hasn't been back since. So the whole thing of he could be back and then he disappeared, or he hasn't returned yet because he needs to reconstitute his body back together or something like that, and it takes a long time.
Using the MacGuffins.
Apparently, but that's their theory they've got. We've got no idea if it's actually true.
I think one of the MacGuffins is like his favorite pair of boxers. He's like, I can't show up on the scene and save humanity without my favorite pair of boxers.
So
That's fair. I won't leave the house.
do you want to know one of the fun
Without
things
boxers.
about the MacGuffins? They just know the
What's
names
that?
of them. They don't know what they look like.
Oh my.
Yeah.
This is some Horcrux stuff.
Yeah, that's some real bad D&D.
J.K. Rowling ripped off Games Workshop fluff for Harry Potter. You heard it here first.
It is just manic. Yeah. When you dig into a little bit of like Warhammer lore, it's crazy. One of the bits when you mentioned the von Carsteins earlier, I remember Vlad von Carstein doesn't appear at the battle that's at the end of the old world because he has an upset stomach and has to go.
What?
Yep.
He drank some bad blood.
I thought he
Yep.
was already dead.
No, it's the big battle. He leaves it.
End times? Is that what we called it?
The end times.
Yeah,
He leaves it.
So Vlad von Carstein, as far as I'm aware, he died before that because his wife Isabella had been killed, and then she killed herself, and then he was resurrected by Nagash, and if you know much about like what's going on with them, nobody likes Nagash, even the people that work for him. And Isabella, her soul was captured by Nurgle, and so she was basically turned into like a demon of Nurgle, and he sacrificed himself and died to save her so that she could die not as a Nurgle demon.
Oh.
A lot of the old world.
And then he got an upset stomach from fighting Nurgle.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. There's so
Simon, did Simon just show up? I heard a boom boom. Oh, I believe there's a Hydra in the chat.
Hello.
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 Glad you could join us, sir. Thank you for making the time. I know you had some stuff going on tonight.
Yeah, I was busy, and I'm really happy that you're still on, and I can join you and get some distraction.
Good. Happy to be your distraction. I guess I don't need
And who said no one likes Nagash? I like him.
No, people that work for him don't like him.
Yeah, I like him.
Like
his minions
in fluff.
Oh, okay.
Like I love the undead. I love the models. I love his aesthetic and just the crazy stuff that he does in the fluff. But nobody likes him as a person.
Did you hear about with
as an
Cetra?
undead entity? As a quasi god, no one likes him.
Even as just like a regular dude, nobody liked him. I thought he was a dick.
Okay.
Did you hear about the Cetra one that happened? He revived Cetra and goes, "You will serve me." Cetra does not serve, and then he just F's off.
Yeah.
Cetra is brilliant. I am so upset he's not in the Age of Sigmar.
I think they're bringing him back for Old World.
Yeah, there's a
That
lot of
makes
stuff
sense.
I think it's going to be an Old World, but
Well, they're bringing back
So,
Vamp
question:
they can't.
why
They're
did we
coming
not
back.
bring back Tomb Kings? Is it because they can't copyright them?
Oh no, they're bringing them back.
It
No,
was
I mean,
because
for Age of Sigmar.
the entire faction had been destroyed, and like the way the fluff worked is like the way the fluff works for me. I don't think it would make sense for them to like bring them back as they are. Like plus it was a little problematic to just be like, oh yeah, my Egyptians, but then they have like space Egyptians.
They weren't
Like they
selling.
have space lizards.
Yeah. But like the way their fluff worked is they were actually like an empire that had died, and then like a lot of the aesthetics that they kept for the new undead
Ossiarchs?
like the Ossiarchs and like other models in the new undead range had a lot of design elements from the Tomb Kings because Nagash was actually like a Tomb King, that he was like part of the reason why everyone turned into undeads in the Tomb Kings and then started his own splinter faction, and they were like constantly fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, so Hydra.
Yeah.
Hydra, thanks for joining us. How has your week been? You've been doing some hobby stuff. I've been seeing... I'm not on Instagram. Instagram's shit. They blocked news in my country. I'm not going to be on there, but every so often I dip in, and every so often I see some cool stuff. And I saw some cool stuff on your Instagram, especially like a cute video picture of you painting with your kids.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
I have it actually has been like a blast of a hobby week so far. So the week started with Monday, and the last stream I told you about me having this about to have this tabletop club in my school, and I'm being
sponsored by PK Pro. We got to mention that PK Pro. They don't sponsor me, but they sponsor Simon, and that's good enough for me. They also have very attractive razor saws that you can buy with very attractive wooden handles.
And I have another sponsor, but PK Pro has been the first to respond, and the first to have been put in actions. Have been putting actions behind their mouth. Is that the right term?
Yes. Putting their money where their mouth is, we say sometimes.
Oh yes, that's it. And they have sent me a massive parcel with stuff. And just reading the list of things they've put in there have put tears into my eyes. No, seriously, it is incredible. Like they have donated like a 3-digit number of stuff.
Oh wow.
What? 100 things?
No, over to 100 euros of worth of stuff.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's phenomenal.
Yes, that's incredible. Like paints and glue and you name it. Like almost everything you start. Because when you scale up, when you buy stuff for yourself, even if you buy it cheap, you end up with, I don't know, $30-40 or euros per person.
Yep.
But when you think about that, having that, I have a full class of kids there. That's no way I can possibly lift that. I cannot go to my students and say, "Hey, to join this club, you have to have your pockets full of gold."
Yeah.
Especially since I know a few of the kids' background, and I know they definitely have not. They have
Cash.
basically the opposite. And they would in no way, under other circumstances, be able to participate in our hobby. And this is basically their way in, and this fills my heart with joy that I have found someone so willingly to support me. And I'm still getting goosebumps thinking about it, and the kids are so excited. And every Monday I will, from next Monday on, post news on my Instagram about that. Not only to promote the names of the of my generous sponsors, but also because it's so rare to happen in Germany. I know in England that's way more common, but so that was really good. So we started with building Styrodur, cutting XPS foam, and having the kids use the hot wire cutter, and so we started building terrain. That was really great. That was great fun. And
so you've already started the club. I didn't realize that.
Yes, we started on Monday.
Oh, wicked.
And
great.
That was a great kickoff. Every kid was so excited, and you can tell how excited and into the whole thing they are by the fact that the other day, like 2 days later, a colleague came to me and said, "So I heard about your club you're running," and I was like, "Oh, what's coming next?" And then she said, "It must be an awesome thing you're running there. What are you doing?" Because I heard kids talking about that. And so if they are motivated beyond the lesson about to talk about things, that's a good sign.
Good sign. Yep.
Yeah. So that was my Monday, and then this week, basically today, I think today and tomorrow are the days for the yellow cube thing by Apocrypha Now on Instagram to come to its full closure. And
oh wow, okay,
it's a community competition, and I have no idea how he's going to judge that, because there have been so many amazing things happening.
You all win. Congratulations. That's how I judge it.
Exactly. People have stuck cubes to the most amazing things. I've been working hard to get my stuff finished. And because of that, I had my miniatures and my little terrain piece on my desk. And of course my boys saw that, and they're like, "Oh, what are those cubes, and what are these for?" And within minutes, I was building their cubes and their things instead of mine. And so we spent basically the week building their stuff and painting their stuff, which was great. And
great.
but I also luckily found the time in between to finish my own stuff, and I'm in the middle of posting all the stuff, because it's probably the biggest thing I've built for competition in a while, and it's hard to take decent pictures of.
Like biggest single physical thing, or like biggest collection of stuff?
No, biggest physical thing. Okay. It's a large piece of terrain where I put the miniatures
Yep.
on, and it has like a photo backdrop.
Yep.
And yeah, it's really hard to take pictures in because, well, from like capturing the mood and everything. But it was also great fun, and I managed to do that, and I've split my entry. I'm stretching that over 3-4 different posts because yeah, the different things I had thought about and trying to explain there.
Cool.
Yeah, and because I was
Congratulations.
so thanks, and because this whole thing stuck with me so badly, I have just as I'm closing the one project, I started the next one because a dude called Blight Bones on Instagram has, well, basically for funsies, 3D sculpted some heads in the spirit of all this. Like he sculpted skulls with a circle, like
I saw these. This is really cool. Like the shape of the skull is a cube, or the shape of the skull is like a pyramid, or the shape of the skull is like a ring. They're really creepy and awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. Yeah, and I had those. I saw those, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do that and this and that, and like so many other projects, like when you see someone sculpting something in 3D on the internet. I'm always like, okay, that would be cool, but how shall I go about that? But since I had my my printer wizard, how I call him, printing stuff for me anyway, I told him, like, if you still have room and if you haven't printed everything by now, could you possibly add this to the screen? And he said, yeah, no problem. And then he cursed a lot because apparently the supports were not perfect, at least for his standards. He has very high standards.
Oh, dude, I have this experience. There's a 3D printer here that Miniature Spencer put me onto, and he has very high standards. And like, anytime I'm like, hey, can I hire you to print something for me? Like, he's not like a friend. He's like a professional. I pay him. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo all the supports. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, like
it doesn't take that long.
Well, it seems to be easy for people to make 3D sculpts, but it's a completely different level to make supports or the sculpt work in a way that the whole thing works, and especially scale works in different scales because you can upscale or downscale things. And I thought, well, we're on a network here. So I told Blightbones that my printer dude was having issues. And he said, oh, well, what issues did he had? And I said, well, I could try and repeat what my printer dude said. Or I will just hook you two guys up and he can, give you feedback. And then I made that Instagram chat and saw them like hacking away at it for 2 hours in a mad rage of oh yeah, this and this and this and that. And I was like, after 2 sentences, I was like, okay, I'm out. I don't understand a single word you're talking about, but have fun, boys.
Nice.
Sometimes it is the whole, you put the people together who won't normally talk and they're able to figure it out because it's like, oh, I've created it. I didn't see these issues on my printer, but someone else is using a different printer. Okay, what's the issues they're having? What's the stuff with it? There's one guy who I've seen does a lot of 3D printing called Once in a Six-Sided Dice. I think
heard of that. That sounds interesting. That's a good name.
Of, like 3D printing and stuff, and he did one of the ones where he printed like one of the largest tanks that you could get as a 3D. And
that mammoth thing, what is it called? Mastodon?
Bigger than that one. It's actually the largest one you can get on a 3D file. And
this isn't a Games Workshop thing. This is just
not a Games Workshop one, but it's sci-fi aesthetic enough to be right.
Yeah.
Himself. 1 second. You guys keep talking. I need to blast this up massively.
Dwarfanage.
Yes.
Do you have any experience with Command and Conquer?
The RTS game?
Yeah.
It was I didn't have like a the ability to play it. I've played like some demos back when it was like
Oh,
kind of new,
okay.
but I've never like
You know what a
played the
mammoth
actual
tank
thing.
is?
No,
Oh, this is
I
the
do love
one
Sean
like
Curry, not Sean Curry. Yeah, Tim Curry. Tim Curry.
huh? Tim Curry. This is the
Yeah.
one of the massive tanks that I was like, there was a time when I wanted to like buy up Space Marine, those weird Space Marine hover tanks they're making, and like convert them into a mammoth tank. But it would not make financial sense. But I don't know. For some reason, when you talk about printing like this giant tank, or Flynn's talking about printing this giant tank, I'm like, oh man, still got to print and paint a mammoth tank one day. Just need to find someone who knows what a mammoth tank is.
It looks like there are things you can buy just as is.
You mean like STLs?
No, like this one looks like it's made out of Legos.
A mammoth tank kit?
It's not. Oh my gosh, 160. It's not a mammoth tank, but it's like 1-to-1 looking.
Is it a siege tank?
No, it looks like a mammoth tank from Command and Conquer.
Oh, cool. Did you see that guy who made a functioning Lego siege tank?
Like from StarCraft?
Yeah. Like it deployed.
Okay, you're gonna who made this? I will find it and post it.
I follow some art thing that reblogs people. Simon, do you remember this guy?
I remember seeing the thing, but I cannot remember who
I think if you just Google Lego siege tank, you're probably gonna find him. He's like a proper artist. Like he displays it in like a gallery. Let's see, Lego siege tank, go. Yep, that's it. Technic Lego siege tank. It's on our StarCraft. Here, I'm gonna send it to you.
I'm posting it. I'm posting it now. I think I found it.
Oh, look at you.
By Drachman.
Yeah, he's like a proper artist. Like, no joke.
That's amazing. Hydra, were you interested in doing the Simpson Shield Slam?
What?
No, I talked to him about it.
Oh. Gotcha.
Sculpt the face on the shield challenge.
Oh, yes. 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 That was basically the next thing, and I already have sort of planned for it, but I just need the quietness.
Got you. It looks very fun. Like I am like most of the way through one of mine. It's very exciting.
It's pretty cool because I feel like because it's just a shield and no greater context. There are so many weird things you can do with that, and it reminds me of a banner that I made once, where of course it was a Slaanesh banner, and that was basically sort of a mouth, and I tried to make it look like it was like a demonic illusion, like you can look into it. So I don't want to just make a face like those cool but rather flat, faces. You like those goblin shield stuff. I'm currently searching for the bit of a chaos warrior shield in my bits box. So I can
the old ones.
Yeah, not the really old ones. Those who look more like those knight shields. Because they just they are a larger surface, and having one of those small shields is, I want to have a big mouth.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those kicking around. Another like good one.
Yo, Dwarfanage, send me one or two.
Okay, I'll throw some stuff in.
Oh yeah, you got the thing. Good man.
Like I'll send you a smattering of things if you need shields. Like those ones, because I think those ones just went out of print recently. But the Stormcast, some of the Stormcasts have some very interesting shields.
Oh
like
wait,
really nice
I might have those. You already sent me a big giant Stormcast shield, didn't you?
No, I sent you a hammer or something. Or I sent you a torso.
You sent me the shield too, didn't you?
But,
whoops, okay. I might have it on that sprue.
Well, there you go. If you had the Dominion box, there's a bunch of really nice shields in there.
I probably have a shield I can use. Never mind.
But I'll just throw some stuff in. It's fine. I have
Thanks.
a bunch of stuff I'm not going to use. Yeah, but I really recommend checking out Stormcast for shields, because like even if you hate the models, there's some really cool bits in there for whatever you want to work on.
You say Stormcast shields. There is something I would say which, if it's still available, would be the easiest way to get the biggest size shield you could and make the...
Is this some giant bullshit?
No, it's... Well,
Sorry, I know you too well.
Using one for a giant, but there's the Extremis edition, the Realmscape expansion kit set. You've got 2 statues.
Sorry, what did you just say?
Is
that
Age
English?
Of Sigmar. It's Age
Oh
of
no,
Sigmar.
it wasn't English. Okay.
Yeah. So
It was fantasy gobbledygook.
There's like 2 statues that you get in it, and they've both got a spear and a shield each, and you've got a big enough space on that to be able to do it.
To be able to cheat.
Well, you've got enough space for it, so you can be as much detail as you want. It does sort of have a face on it, but with enough filing.
I do think that kind of defeats the point of it being something you can do quick and easy.
Depends on
Is
what
that the goal of the project or the competition?
I mean, I think that's like part of the concept of the design. Is that's not something that's going to be like, oh, it's a huge thing. I have to redo my whole hobby schedule. It's like, oh, I can do this in like one or two sessions, and it's just very fun, casual.
Oh, it's
Gotcha.
not that big, the shield. It's about an inch, or about 2 inches tall, and about an inch
That's
wide.
nice though. That's a good cheat. If you're like, man, sculpting something that small, that freaks me out. Sculpt something big.
But you can always just like make
It ain't
one.
cheating if you're winning.
I've seen a lot of people make them out of just Sculpey, and then just bake it all together.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in a little... Talking about things out of print, would you be interested in a little unboxing?
Yes, always.
Yes. Things out of print? Always yes.
Hold on, I gotta get your video. Is your video on, Simon? I don't have it up.
Yes, I just... I'm
Oh,
on my...
I see it now.
I'm on my mobile, because otherwise I still would be waiting for my PC to be updated.
Oh, geez.
While you're sorting that out, I have 2 bits of public service announcements.
Thank you.
First one is change your craft knife blade. Yours is probably dull. That's why I
this mother right here is dull as crap. I don't know if I've got any more, but it's so bad. I need to get rid of it.
That's why I changed my blade over the other day. Forgot I had changed it over, and that's why I cut myself.
No. Oh, and I cut myself.
How often do you guys change your blades? I change mine like 3 times a session.
Oh no, that's too much, I think.
That's way too much.
That's a lot.
No, they go fast.
I mean, if it works for you, that's fine, but
you know those knife sharpeners that you have for like kitchen knives?
They work?
You can actually use those on hobby knives.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can. But it's more of if you need that sharp point at the top of it. Then yeah. Also, I mainly use mine for like trimming the little flash bits off. So,
as someone who's worked in workplace health and safety,
he's gonna say no.
Throw them away, and grab a new one. They're like 10 cents.
Just throw them away in a proper sharp spin.
Yeah, and it's better than losing an eye.
Right.
Yes, but to keep cutting myself with the new blades because I forget it's a new blade.
I once snapped one and it scared the crap out of me. Where are my goggles?
Yeah.
The other public service announcement is if you've been enjoying this random shit show, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you're watching after the fact, drop a comment.
Awesome. And here's something for you to comment about. My handheld potato cam.
Real quick, Mr. Pink, can you make can you make Hydra bigger?
Yeah, or do you want me just to cut my bit for now?
Make me bigger.
Wait, I'll cut myself.
You filthy monster! You filthy monster! Hold on, I was actually away from my keyboard, trying to find a thing with more blades. God damn it! Whoa!
Just
what do you? Okay, I'm gonna kill Flynn because I don't even know what Flynn's doing.
Just click him.
Just click his video, it'll be easier. I'm still trying to find pieces and just not.
I'll find. He can do his out of print unboxing. I'll find a couple out of print models. It'll be a good old time.
Awesome.
Hold on.
My
Hold
desk
on.
is
I'm
out of
in the
print
process of trying to make Simon bigger. It actually takes a lot. He's very demanding.
Crazy.
Yes. Okay, while you're
Simon
doing
Cosmo
while you
No, just double click
making
his
it
video.
bigger.
I got it. Is it big enough for you, my love? Or you can't tell because you're on your handy.
Yeah, it never is big enough.
God damn.
Okay, so maybe you North American folks remember that you were privileged to something Games Workshop released only on your continent.
I think it's actually only in the United States. I don't know that you can actually get it in Canada.
Yeah, so apparently they have finally reached the old lands, and you could order this this piece of scalper fuckers, I would call them, for 30 euros. So and because there was a coupon, I paid 25 for this. And I didn't buy it at Games Workshop.
Did you say a coupon? So French. Was it a French coupon? A coupon? I used a tout petit coupon?
I had to do French things for it.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. Sacre bleu.
Long story short, you can buy those boxes. Do you see them now? Yes, you do, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I see them. Yeah. You're very large. You're very large and in charge.
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. You can buy them at bookstores now in Germany. And yeah, for 30 euros, or if you have a rabatt code, that's what it's called.
Rabatt code? A coupon? A tout petit coupon?
Yes. Rabatt code. It will be even cheaper. And this arrived today at my place, and I thought I ordered two things, because what Games Workshop did is they stuffed out of print frames into boxes and somehow made rules for them. And there are two different games. No, 3 or 4 different games, I guess. One is with just Space Marines bashing the shit out of each other. Here, then there's the Space Marine dude, where the Space Marine battles 20 Termagons.
Yeah, that's a new one. That's not out of print.
Yeah, but you cannot buy the Space Marine dude in any other way, right? Anyhow, this is the Blackstone Fortress crew and the Amble, basically.
Oh yeah, the Amble's in there. I forgot. That's amazing.
And this is really cool because it feels like a double win. So the Amble is an amazing model, and the crew for Blackstone Fortress is amazing as well.
Wait, to be clear, that Space Marine was not part of the crew for Blackstone Fortress. They shoehorned his ass in there. There's no Space Marines in Blackstone. Well, I guess there was Chaos Space Marines in Blackstone Fortress, but otherwise, no.
So, loads of skull tokens, which is cool because I can use them for something else.
Oh.
And a gaming board, but skull tokens are cool. Here we
cool.
have a little.
Damn, I screwed up again.
Did you make me small again?
No,
I screwed up. I cut the wrong damn. I cut the wrong damn foot.
Yeah.
Now I don't know which one I was supposed to cut. God damn it. 17,
what number
18.
does the foot come from?
Nice.
Well, I've got a 20,
really cool.
or I cut a 16. Not the foot for 15.
Wait, give me a second. I've got the instructions right next to me.
Didn't I cut this? Did I fuck up? Is this a different guy's foot?
Give me a second. I have the instructions right next to me.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Bearing with.
Which body did you cut? Which leg did you cut?
Oh, I have no idea. I have literally no idea.
Okay,
I may have cut.
Just cut them all.
I think I
out
cut
and
like.
see what works.
Oh, shit. I think I cut something in the range of 17, 18, and 16.
Okay, 16 is not that body. It's 20 is that body. That's the last one in it.
20! You found it. Okay, thank you. Wow, I'm making a mess. Making a mess. Wait, is this 20 or 4? No, it's 4! Shit! Wow, Jones! Wow!
20 and 4 are very much identical, though.
They're close. Okay, this looks like 20. God hand, save me from myself. Wow, Jones. Good work.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, even more.
To be clear, I hadn't touched the Canadian cigarette when I cut these out. I was just functioning on garbage. All right.
Functioning on Irish water right now.
Oh, wait. Flynn.
Yes?
What body does that leg I did cut out go with?
Which is the leg you cut out? You didn't say.
Didn't I?
16. That goes with 13, 14, 15.
I thought I cut those out. No, 13, 14, 15. Okay.
The leg is always the last bit to the kit, and each kit's.
Oh, well,
4
there's
pieces.
my problem. Kids, if you're doing this at home, read the instructions.
Or have
Wait,
a
13, 14, 15. Oh, there's 13. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. We'll have a Flynnhammer with the instructions.
Yeah, summon your
Sounds
Flynnhammer.
like you need a degree for this kind of work you do there.
Yeah.
Shame. Don't have one.
So,
All
if you want to hear my verdict on this box,
Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
it's amazing. Like, I'm surprised that the Emble goes on such a small frame
Oh yeah, it is.
for the price the scalpers took, and I'm really excited for those little worms here he has along with him, because I can use them right next for the project I'm working on right now, which is obviously not an Emble. But yeah, the Space Marine comes in an extra frame. Hooray, Space Marines. I like that he has a helmet, like different head options.
Yeah.
Space Marines.
But what I like best is that you can go on the phone. Give me a second.
For anyone watching,
I also miscut my my gun, but whatever.
What's the
Good thing
gun?
I'm
I'll tell you that in a
messing
second. But the Space Marine, it's from the first set of gotcha boxes that they did, the Space Marine Hero
Okay.
Series 1. So that's one that's on a separate sprue to everything else. They've just thrown that in. That's where it's from.
Okay.
Now, which
Exciting.
is
But it's cool. But it's fine. It's a Space Marine. But what I like best actually about this box is something very thoughtful, because as you can see, when you have like all your gaming ingredients, like is apparently here those cards you can use for whatever, and then you take your unmodified model, which you have glued to the base and painted, and then you can stick those bases in those slots. And so this way the
for
model will hold
storage.
in the box.
Sweet.
In a safe space, and this really pops in and pops out really comfortably.
It reminds
And
me
if
of
I
Death May Die and how good that is for storing miniatures.
Yeah, and if I see correctly, all those miniatures can be assembled without any glue, because you can.
Oh yeah, they're all
These
push
are-
fit.
Wait,
Yeah.
was Blackstone Fortress all push fit to begin with? I don't remember that.
Yep. Blackstone Fortress was
Whoops.
push fit.
Okay. This is what
And the
happens when
Emble
you
is
buy a
push
bunch of
fit as
Blackstone
well.
Fortress and don't assemble it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear recently, because we know we're talking about scalpers, a complete set of Blackstone Fortress, so every single expansion,
Oh no.
recently sold for about £2,000.
2,000?
2,000,
Somebody send that to Games
expansions.
Workshop.
including all the
Wow.
expansions.
That is
There's only two
amazing.
expansions.
No, like all the boxes.
So, no respite
Oh.
with the 3 Death Guard, the Amble Attacks one, the one with the Zoe.
The only one that matters, the Zote.
Yeah, there's so many. I am just hoping with these boxes,
There are a lot.
they bring them all back slowly.
Yep. Bring them all back immediately and kill the scalpers immediately.
Yeah, but it's Games Workshop. They've just finished a mad run on the starter box set for Leviathan, and they're going to start doing it again for Age of Sigmar. So we're going to start seeing like stuff running out by February next year, I think, because next year will be the Age of Sigmar release.
They do them right after each other, and then they take a year off.
It's 3-year cycles. So,
but what's the third year? There's like, so they do the 40K cycle, and then following is the 3-year cycle of the of Age of Sigmar, and then the following year there's nothing.
well, there is. I think it was Horus Heresy last year.
Right.
So it's like Horus Heresy, or it'll be the old. Well, it's going to be the old world. The old world's going to come like this year, but it'll be Horus Heresy's like the third system sort of thing.
Well, don't count on that. Maybe the old world's going to come in that third year. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. It could either be that, but it's like we know they're going to come out with something this year for the old world because it'd be stupid not to. And apparently it's October on that countdown. But anyway, that's just rumors that are out there, not even my own ones. But that's what I've been hearing about it.
Well, what can I say? I'm just quickly putting the tinfoil hat away. I'm super excited for this box, especially since I bought I just recently bought a Blackstone Fortress box for basically almost the same price as this Combat Arena thing.
Did you keep it, or were you giving that to one of your friends?
I bought 2. One for my friend and one for myself.
Yeah.
And I still got it. And it's a complete game, and I feel very hesitant to be like, oh, I could use this bit or this head for conversion I'm doing. Maybe I should rip this out of the box and be like, oh, look at me, all fancy. But now that I have this box, I can basically tear this apart and don't have to touch my Blackstone Fortress. And if I really like it, if I really need it, I could still go back and buy another of those boxes, and which is really cool. And I think that's a very smart way to get people into the thing, because you could probably just break out the pieces in there and put the miniatures together if you are not familiar with the tabletop thing at all, and that is a very easy, very good start into the hobby, because the next thing would be you buy this box for 30 euros and then you just head into a place and see where you can buy paints and stuff. And this is basically what happened with me when I played Hero Quest. That I saw those miniatures painted on the box and was like, ooh, you can paint those? People do paint those? They look so rad when they're painted. How do I paint these? And then I went about to find out how to paint these. And this was, one of the ways that I stumbled into this hobby.
Nice. Was it the Amble that convinced you to get that box?
No. Yes and no. It was a win-win. I saw I always see those awesome conversions people do with the Blackstone Fortress miniatures. And that's why I bought the Blackstone Fortress box in the first place. And I thought, well, now I have them too, and now I can build stuff with them. Not that I have any plans, but just for funsies. But then I suddenly became hesitant and was like, okay, do I really want to, tear those apart? Or do I, maybe just put them on the shelf if you really want to build them, like I know you say if you have your favorite bits, use them. But
I stole that from Weirding's Way, but yes, I do say that.
Yeah, but seeing what this box costs on eBay, I feel like, I was very hesitant, and now I saw this.
All the more reason, buddy. All the more reason. How much do Forge World models cost on eBay? How many of those you cut up?
I don't know. Anyway,
at least 4.
I saw this box and I thought, okay, this is the perfect excuse because of my coupon. For 25 euros to have the Amble, which is an awesome model you can use in all kinds of settings. And have those cool inquisitorial dudes or rogue trader dudes at the same time. And that was what sold me on that box in the first place.
Cool.
I'm not sure if I ever play this game, but looking at those tokens that come with it, I can see me using even those tokens for games.
Oh, I don't know what the tokens look like. I bought the Ambo box. Not sorry, I didn't buy the Ambo box. I bought the Zote box. And I think there's tokens in there. And they look pretty good.
Oh, in this combat arena box that I
Oh,
have.
you mean that? I thought you meant Blackstone. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
I think when the boys are big enough, at some point I could even play that with them, because they already know their way around miniatures, and if like with all kids, at some point gaming will be more important than hobbying, and if I have them, at this point, and we have played through Hero Quest, and they want to have something more advanced or grown up
Oh, you already
or
did?
whatever. No. That's.
Do you have Hero Quest?
Yes.
Okay. The old one or the new one?
The new and the old one.
Okay. Because I have a new one burning a hole in my shelf that I tried to play it once with you, and I never really got into it. So I feel like I need to find like a good home for it.
Find someone with 7 or 10-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Between 7 and 10, because that's. I know you had this, and you still have more weight of plastic for me, of which I have no idea how I ever will get hold of. So I feared that I saw a friend playing with his son Hero Quest, and he was so excited about that. And I thought, well, I want to do this as well. And if I wait for 3-4 years, the game will probably be out of production and cost an arm and a leg. So I better buy it now while it's available and affordable.
FOMO!
Yes, exactly. They got me.
I would say that's more just planning ahead.
Okay.
Less FOMO, more planning ahead.
Okay.
My birthday was coming up, and my brothers asked me what I wanted, and other people were asking if they could bring me joy with something, and I said, well, give me this, because so expansions and stuff, and and the beauty is that my kids are playing with that stuff already, so they're not playing the game, but they play around with those little figures. And because they're a little bendy and not like tabletop miniatures, they can do no big damage to them. And,
right. Good point.
And it's just too hilarious seeing my older son play kitchen with all those goblins. Like he played once that they were making pizza.
Oh, nice.
And that's really cool too. Because with kids, I learned that you need to have them play with the gaming material first.
Oh.
Because they will be so curious, because they have never seen stuff like this before ever. And then they will be, oh, okay, what's this and what's this? And then they will want to play their world with it. And once they are done playing with it, they will eventually circle back and come to you and say, well, I played with this, and it sort of got boring. What do we really play with this? And then you can come in and say, okay, this is the game you play with that.
Cool.
So once in a while they take out the box and be like, oh yeah, I want to play Hero Quest, and then they play stuff with it. And since it's this wonderful plastic, it doesn't really get damaged.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Wow, I feel like I'm talking a lot.
What's going on in the chat, gents? Anyone?
You're welcome to talk a lot. Okay, so real quick, we're talking about some 3D print stuff, and that people were a very big fan of Command and Conquer and the games that the producers of those games made, specifically Moose Heist. Tom and Diana were talking a little bit about Space Wolves, and more stuff about Command and Conquer and Red Alert. Some jokes about the knives, and that's about it.
The knives?
Awesome.
The throwing your knife blades away. Shoot.
Okay.
I posted some OOP miniatures in the little chat for this. Just a couple pictures
Some
because
what
my
miniatures?
camera's not good. Out of print.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the chat.
Oh, thanks.
How did you end up with Command and Conquer because of that Kickstarter
The
running?
Mammoth Tank. There's a Kickstarter?
Oh, yeah. There apparently is a Kickstarter where someone is trying to turn the. Of course, they don't have the official license, so it's called something different. But they are turning the whole thing into a board game.
Oh.
Board game.
That's
Interesting.
Yeah. I thought that too, and because
No, what was I going to say? I don't know. There's reptile miniatures.
Oh,
is that what they're called?
Frozen.
I can hear you, Flynn. Oh, your video is frozen. As I get it up on the screen now, doesn't look like anything's going on. Or is your computer frozen?
I'm back. Yeah, it was frozen.
Hi. So yeah,
frozen.
I think it's Reptilian Miniatures. Is that the name of the company? I can't remember. They do like 3D prints or like third-party parts. They did a really amazing like Nod, Brotherhood of Nod head that you can get. If you're into Command and Conquer, you'll know about the Brotherhood of Nod. Yeah, and you can get it for like Imperial Guardsmen. I think it looks pretty cool.
That's cool. I played when I was into Infinity. I played a campaign with my friend Matthias, and he's a big Command and Conquer fan, and he built his Brotherhood of Nod army, and that was pretty amazing because he found units in Infinity that looked pretty similar, and then he painted them up, and at some point he went and built a full 40k army with those what were they called, Eisenkern troops.
Dreamforge.
Yes,
is that what it's called? Again?
Yeah. He even
what was
had
that, Jacob?
one of those. Sorry.
Oh, I just said that those are great models.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he built those and painted them. And he even had one of those Titans they had.
Oh, yeah, the Leviathans, I think they were called.
Yeah. Painted up as I think in Command and Conquer it was called the Avatar or something like that. Anyway, he was really big on Command and Conquer, and he's now really tempted into this.
Is it a miniature game or a board game?
It's a board game, but it looks like it has pretty cool miniatures. Well, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it quickly on my phone.
I watched a documentary about Command and Conquer. It was kind of interesting. Sorry, yeah, Flynn, you're like.
I'm just repositioning at the moment because I'm going to be sculpting, and I sculpted.
Hydra killed his video. That's why. I'm like, why is Flynn's thing a mess?
Yeah, I am a mess anyway, so that's nothing new.
It's called Dominate and Delegate.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yes.
So they're doing like wordplay on Command and Conquer? That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
And it's because the IP is like not secured or something like that?
I don't know.
Link in chat.
Thank you.
Ooh, Kickstarter.
Hello, Roland.
Oh,
is that your role? That's not your Roland.
Oh, I have no idea who that is. Just
it's Roland Pettis.
I just got a Roland. I don't think it's that Roland.
Well, Roland is on Instagram as well. Thank you for liking all of my posts whenever I post, because they always notice you do like. He's one of the people I always notice. He's like consistent with I make a post. One of the people who likes it.
This is Warp Shadow or your own account?
My own account.
Oh,
It's on
very
Instagram.
nice.
So
Very
it's
nice.
very much appreciated.
Your love is appreciated, Roland.
Thank you for the love.
It's a frog or a
You're
toad
feeling
is the logo.
The love.
from what I
Did we
remember.
ever find out what No Name's name was? Secret
No, I'm
stealth
not
person
sure
who
what
was in the
was wrong with
chat?
that.
No name did actually
No,
post about it, saying it must be the new stealth mode.
oh, is that a thing? Okay, well,
Well,
No Name,
was
if you're
like-
still here and you want to share your name, that's cool too. But if not, you can
Oh, no,
be a
it's-
person of mystery.
The stealth mode is so good that even if I go to their channel, it still has no name on there. Brilliant. Sneaky.
I don't know how the hell I'm doing this. Okay, now I got to put the barrel onto the back, and I have to not freak out when I can't get the pinning exactly right.
What are you building, Nick?
I'm building a Barbgaunt, Biovore mode. So I'm building a
Nice.
Barbgaunt, but I'm putting the gun on the back.
Nice.
Like this guy here. I don't know if you have the
I-
video up, but
No. Sorry.
basically I'm just moving the gun onto the back, and I have to mess around with the limbs to make it make sense.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm pinning the separated Barbgaunt gun onto the back of the Barbgaunt, so it looks more like a Biovore. And in terms of like modifications I did to this, I've been doing them all on this stream, but I'll go over them. So I chopped off the front hoof and I replaced it with an old Gene Stealer foot. Shout out to Quarantine Miniatures for coming up with this for his Displacer Beast. They're so cool. And then I removed the two arms from the cannon, the shoulder cannon. I took the bayonet off the shoulder cannon and put it on as one of the claws. It looks really good. And then for the other one, I just needed a filler, and I was, lazy. So I just went into my bits box, pulled out a gargoyle tail, because I've got tons of gargoyle tails. They're going out of style because I love their armor plates. I slapped that on there, plugged those two arms in, and then, of course, separated the gun from the back and cut it down a bit, like took the thing out of the barrel, the little like shard bit, and then took off the bayonet and cut down the base of it a bit. So I could even angle this further down if I wanted to. I have the room, but I think what I'm going to do is angle it up more so it looks more like a Biovore, like it can shoot range. The only thing that's pissing me off is like these armor plates are not aligning perfectly. Oh, maybe I'll put it there. That could work.
No Name says that they are Chris, and that they were AFK listening while organizing their Tyranids and their bits, and that they love the way your Barbgaunts are coming.
Well, thank you for coming back, Chris, and glad we have a name for you, so we don't have to keep calling you No Name. And I'm sorry if you wanted to continue to be a person of mystery, if I just doxed you.
To be honest, I
Okay.
think No Name is a cool name anyway.
No Name is a damn cool name. Yeah, you're right. No, yeah. I was like, oh, we shouldn't be saying No Name, but maybe we should.
We
Also,
end up giving
the other
people
thing,
names they don't use anyway, so
like Moose Heist, the other thing that I did with this Barbgaunt is people have commented on how the Barbgaunts are very like flat, if you look at them. So what I've started doing with mine is that you can assemble them. This one? No. This right? You can assemble them normally and just kind of like sandwich the two halves together all the way until they click. Or what you can do is you can kind of like assemble them wrong and pop the leg out a bit. And you assemble them so the front half is closer together and the back half sticks out a bit. And that kind of opens up their stance a bit, which I like. So see this gap? It's wider at the back, narrower at the front. That's what I did on this guy. That's why I had to do some green stuffing here to fill that gap. But it's on the armor plate, so it's pretty easy to do. And I also did that with... That's why that's not... I also did that with this one I'm working on today. It's not perfect because, I don't know. I'm being impatient. I didn't let the glue set before I started messing around with them. But,
Classic.
like that leg. Yeah, so I'm trying to make it like closer together at the front, but I'm really liking the pose on this guy. I think partially helped by these two arms, which again, because they're sticking out to the side, they make it look less flat from the front. break up the profile a bit. Yeah, so I'm really happy how he's coming out. He looks more like he's like slinking forward sort of thing, and not just like plunked in one place.
That's good.
And the reason that I'm pinning the gun in the back is because I want to be able to position it so I can like do the angle on it. If I just like glued it in, I'd have to like hope for the best. But if I just glued it in, I'd have to hope for the best. But if I have a pin on it, I can like easily like angle it up and down. Although I'm being extreme in putting 2 pins in because I like pain.
Yeah, I will never get how you get 2 pins aligned.
Carefully and with much fudging.
Yes.
Fudge.
Much. Budge.
Mr.
Also,
Pink, you
hot
realize
tip.
you just... Oh,
What?
go ahead with your hot tip. I was going to say some
Hot tip.
nonsense that...
Huh?
Never mind. Hot tip.
Hot tip is store your green stuff in the fridge. No, sorry, don't store... Yeah, store your green stuff in the freezer. But store your super glue in the refrigerator. Because super glue sets off with humidity. So if you store your super glue in a place that is dry, it doesn't age as quickly. Although mine is plugged. I have to get this out of here somehow.
Or you buy that very cheap one and throw away whenever you whenever the thing is.
Sorry, I thought you were an environmentalist.
Yes,
Simon?
I don't throw them away. I store them for basing purposes when I need large amounts. So I have like 15 tubes sitting here waiting for like a massive basing orgy.
Oh, I was just being a jerk, and because I was saying I saw someone on Instagram go and buy like a 1,000, not 1,000, but like a dozen of those little super glue plastic tubes.
Oh, they're useless.
And I was like, dude, that's a lot of plastic you're going to be throwing out. Why don't you just buy a big bottle and keep it in the fridge so it doesn't go off on you?
The lids on those are really cool, though. For terrain.
The little ones? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be they just wanted the caps.
Oh, you're showing them. Wait, I missed them. Did you show them, Simon? Oh. Dwarfanage just knows what you're talking about?
I know what you're talking about as well. Yeah, those caps they're pretty cool because they've got the little points and everything for it. They're good for like,
yeah,
you could use them as like sensor beacons and stuff like that. But I hate using them because they are just so you squeeze it, you could squeeze it a little bit too hard, and all the glue comes out in one go, and it's like, well, that was a waste. It's trying to find the right sort of super glue is hard enough as it is, and then when you do find the right super glue, and then the place you buy it from stop selling that super glue, it's even more annoying.
Oh shit!
Sounds like a UK problem.
Oh no, it's a Poundland problem because they always go for cheap stuff. But they end up getting it back in, but it's called something different. Now the other thing
Poundland being a dollar store in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's also the other bit is it liquid or gel that's better?
Okay, wait. What is your use? Because I can give you advice on this.
No, I'm just saying in gen what is better for what use? Because I find sometimes when I'm pinning, a gel is better. Because it will go, if the hole is a little bit bigger, the gel will go in there and actually solidify around it. But with a liquid, if the hole is too big, it's not good. It will not keep it sturdy in there. But if it's a tight hole, a liquid is better.
Slaneshi content. Warning, Slaneshi content.
Too late.
So what's your advice, Jacob?
Oh, I mean, it just depends on like what the need is, because it's like, oh, if it's this, you do this one.
Okay, Forge World with a massive gap, and you can't fix it with warping.
So a lot of sanding and then regular like liquid super glue, not gel. Like gel's really good
sanding
for like
of the pin. Sanding of the pin. No,
sanding of the model.
Oh, like so that
yeah, and then gap filling with epoxy sculpt or milliput or something.
The reason why I asked is I recently got a very old Ford model, which I know has got doing a dry fit, has got a massive warp on it.
Uh-oh.
How do you guys like the Natron superglue mix?
Natron?
The what?
Baking so it's not.
Oh, baking soda into it to.
Yeah,
baking
but
soda.
there's a difference between baking soda and the stuff I mean. Like
What's
there's
natron?
apparently a little one. It's also white powder used in bakery goods, but
Oh,
This is definitely a selection stream.
Oh, like baking soda?
white powder.
Because they're slightly different. I don't know.
let me get my
Baking
translator.
powder? Baking powder? Because
No.
it's baking powder and baking soda.
Or bicarbonate of soda. Or
Sure.
flour.
We're just throwing things at him. He's
Sugar.
I don't
Fancy
know.
and
I don't know which
British.
one of these.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
No, I'm just naming white powders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
yeah, we-
use cocaine. The models are already expensive enough.
This
But
is why you tune into the
on the
Creature
other hand,
Conference.
if you have models and you have money for cocaine, then you don't mind.
Do whatever the
probably
heck you
anyway.
want. Do whatever
So
the
what
heck
I
you
mean
want. You
is
got all the
soda.
money. Soda.
Baking.
Yeah. Baking soda.
Isn't that what we always use?
Yeah.
That's what I use.
Okay.
What did you call it? Nea something? Neaton?
Natron.
Natron.
Yeah. It's called bicarbonate.
Bicarbonate. Yeah, what Flynn
Bicarbonate
said.
of soda.
The fancy thing that Flynn just said. Yeah. He's a fancy
Okay.
boy.
Bicarb.
Oh, goddamn. I got these pins misaligned. Damn it. Oh, it's going to work because I gapped this plate. Awesome. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, I think.
I
Whatever.
need a better brown.
It's a Barbgaunt. Who cares?
So everyone uses this. That's good to know. Not that I really care, but
Yeah, baking soda and super glue. It's a good way to fill.
feel like-
Actually, I used that just the other day.
I thought that was a U trick. I thought that was a Hydra trick.
That is a Hydra trick, as far as I'm concerned.
okay.
You can't really see it because I sculpted some crap in here, but I'm trying to make a base for an old pewter gene sealer.
Yep.
And I had this piece of terrain, but I had to pin it at a weird angle, so I stuck these pins in here, and then I was worried about like how tenuous the hold was, so I slapped a bunch of super glue and baking soda in there. Same down here. Solid.
Ooh, that looks awesome. Symbio Joe out of nowhere funding the yacht.
Oh,
Dude,
Symbio
okay,
Joe! Whoa! Symbio, thank you. Comes through with a big super chat. Symbio Joe is the only person who ever... Well, there's a couple of people who sent us super chats, but like Symbio Joe is one of the main culprits. And in fact, I've got a special gift for Symbio Joe to thank him for his super chats, in addition to his membership sticker for the Yacht Club. I just haven't gotten it in the mail yet. It's literally sitting on at my feet here. Sorry, buddy. It'll be coming soon.
No, that was something
What?
else.
You know,
I thought you had
not
like a
allowed
special
to
stream
send
thing for
cats,
it.
right?
What? What's that, Hydra?
You are not allowed to send live animals, right? You know that.
I'm not sending him a live animal.
Oh,
That would
I
be
gave
weird.
away. I gave away one of my kittens today.
Oh
very
no!
Well, they need homed. They're I have like 4 of them. Well, I have 3 kittens now, but it was like oh. Sorry.
Still tough.
Oh, I bet that was rough.
Yeah. She was not super happy because she doesn't like strangers, but I think it'll be good for her.
She's
They
a
seem like
kitten.
a very
She's
nice
gonna.
couple.
She'll grow
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Are these people you know, or these are just like you put up a poster and people came through?
They are someone my mom knows, and they
Nice.
have a bunch of cats already, so she should be good. But it's just while we're talking about sending live animals.
You're
No,
like,
I-
I sent away a live animal. Ooh.
I was joking
Hydra?
because you said whatever you have for our dear friend Symbio Joe is sitting at your
At my feet. Oh, that sounded like an animal. Gotcha.
yeah.
It's not.
Try to be funny in a different language. That doesn't always work.
You're actually really good at being funny in a different
Mm-hmm.
language. You have like really interesting turns of phrase that I love.
Thanks.
So don't be too hard on yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jordan Hill says, "Do not send children through the mail."
No, I don't think they like that. Either the children or the authorities. No one likes that. Well, there we go. The Barbgaunt's almost there. Now I just gotta slap some green stuff in there.
Nice.
Oh, I
Sweet.
meant to say this when we were talking about the super glue, but I saw someone. Okay, light looks amazing right there.
Groovy.
Looks fantastic. But I saw someone recently talk about instead of buying like super glue accelerant, you can just get a little spray bottle and mix super glue with water and then use that instead. And it doesn't
Wait,
it doesn't do like
the
that
accelerant is super glue and water?
No, it's
No,
not.
no,
I thought it was just water.
homemade. It's homemade. Not super glue. Did I say super glue? I meant
Yeah,
baking
yeah,
powder and water.
Baking soda?
powder and water. Yeah. baking
Oh,
powder,
dang! I didn't even think of that. That's so smart.
and then put it in a spritzer bottle, and it won't like do like the funky stuff that water does by itself.
Interesting.
You know what you could also just do?
What?
Just really dilute some PVA glue with water.
PVA works as set for super glue?
Yep, because PVA glue is mostly water. It's the water content that sets it. So like if you breathe on the super glue, warm breath is more humidity.
Yeah, it's I know that. The humidity helps it set, yeah.
It's the moisture content. So that's why when you put like super glue directly into like PVA glue and you stir it around, you can get these really
it does the weird stuff. Yeah, I gotta mess around with that.
Basing textures and stuff for Tyranids is brilliant for it.
Someone was telling me about that, and I can't remember who it was.
So
that technique was basically my main ingredient for my very first Tyranid, Golden Demon entry.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because
Which one was that?
I wanted to build like sort of a digestion pool.
Yep.
Kind of thing, where people go in and start to mutate weirdly. And I had weird mutated hybrids in there. And I used one of those old regiment bases as basically the tray, and then I poured PVA glue in there and poured super glue in there, like made little drops there, and those created like a flowery texture.
Yeah, I've heard some really cool things. You can get some really cool effects by dropping. Oh, I think it was remember everyone was freaking out a few months back about that person who painted a Carnifex carapace plate and it looked like a fingernail? Like the glazing with the super glue?
Yeah.
God, what the heck's his name? Maxime or something. He's on... I can't remember his name. I feel like an idiot.
I remember we posted it. We talked about it.
I was chatting with him a bunch, but he had a French name. And now I can't remember. Anyway, I think he was telling me that he was experimenting with super glue and PVA.
Yeah.
It can be a great combi, yes.
I can't remember this guy's name and I feel like an idiot.
Well, there's so many names.
Anyway, whatever.
I didn't even say
oh, I think I sent it to... Yeah, I did put it on... You're right, it's on Warp Shadow. It's backed up on Warp Shadow. Because I changed... If you go back to that Zoanthrope that he did... he's... blah, blah, blah.
You had a whole, like, saving system, and I was like, save, next. Because I didn't know who was old Warp Shadow. You've got, like, on the Warp Shadow, like, when you save it, you can put, like, Screamer Killers or, like, old Warp Shadow people, and I was like, I have no idea. I'm just gonna press save.
I don't remember. But he wasn't from Warp Shadow, but he posted like the new Warp Shadow account. I posted his Zoanthrope on there. Okay, there we go. Scrum sucks 91.
It doesn't sound like a word.
CRAMASAXE 91. If anyone is near a keyboard and can pull that up. Put a link in the chat.
Wait, how long ago was it?
It doesn't matter.
No, no.
Oh, it's the big zoanthrope. It was May 15th, 2021. I posted this thing.
All right, let me skippy. November. Is that the? Oh wait, that's the
This is the
one.
guy who's mad. He does everything. He
Yeah.
figured out how to like use Technic or Lego pieces to like basically magnetize his Tyranids. Like that's
As
one of his
soon
most
as you
recent posts.
said that, the zoanthrope, I knew exactly what you meant
Cool.
because I posted it.
Jacob and I have been talking about how you can read my mind, Flynn. I say like the randomest shit, and you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
how do you do
it
that?
blows my mind that you can find these people when he's just like, oh yeah, there was this guy, and he's like, oh, I know exactly what guy.
It's
I
like
do some-
certain things he says, and it just goes, "Yep, I know what you mean." Sometimes, so as long as
The
being
hive
let's
mind
take an ADHD,
provides.
there's
Hive mind provides.
I have
Sorry, what?
certain like what's it? Photographic memory, so eidetic memory. certain
Oh,
things.
gotcha. That helps.
So it does help a bit, but you tell me what I was eating this morning, can't fucking remember.
Oh shit, why am I still recording? There we go.
Well, actually, I would because it's typically the same things, but that's a different thing.
You got to spice it up, Flynn. Be like, am I eating today? I don't know. Did I remember to eat today? I don't know. Am I hungry? I don't know.
Oh no, I normally only eat 2 meals a day. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Be
tend
like-
to eat 2 meals a day. I'm with you on that.
Just go like, oh, I forgot to eat for the last 3 days. Okay, I'll just eat like all my meals right now.
I'm not going back to unit.
Does that work? Does that work?
Student,
Doc-
it's with ADHD.
Check out this life hack. Doctors hate him. He's killing people.
Literally killing people. I had a very liquid diet at university. Because it was
most
mainly
people?
alcohol. It's mainly alcohol and nothing more. And because I just wasn't remembering to eat, but I was remembering to drink.
Free pizza in the cafeteria.
Nope. So
Oh, wait.
What?
Earlier in the stream, you guys were asking what I've been doing this week.
Yeah.
And Jacob was like, hey, yeah, what have you been doing this week, Mr. Pink? So, preview, I've been filming some more of the How to Sculpt Tyranid series, which apparently people really want, which is cool. So here's a preview of what's coming up. Caveat, sculpting on this is a little rough. Simon, avert your eyes, because I think you'll judge me. But
Never do.
So I'd already done, like, recorded some video of, hold on a sec. Bear with. Also, Dwarfanage, I think I found a really good way to check my focus. Just put it up giant on my screen while I'm filming. So I already did, oh man, I screwed up on these. The angle on these vents is weird. I should have put it like that, but whatever. I sculpted these vents first in a video about how to sculpt vents. And then that's coming. And then this time what I worked on was how to sculpt horns and like hooves and like chitin and that kind of stuff on Tyranids. So I slapped a... What? It's Terry, yeah, Terry the Tyranid. So yeah, I did like the dog leg thing here where I like made his like existing non-Tyranid legs look a little more Tyranid by adding some stuff on them. I did this very rough sculpting here. This is terrible, I hate it. But just to show how you can like stick out the hips on him so he's like Shakira and his hips don't lie. I did better on this side. But yeah, this will be coming soon. Oh, I still have to shoot this video. Oh, in fact, I should shoot this video right now. Yes. Sweet.
You could just use these streams to shoot the B-roll.
Wait,
I
wait.
just
okay.
realized that that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing this whole time, Flynnhammer.
just
Don't worry,
be mindful so we don't have to
Dwarfanage,
refilm.
it's not on the stream. It's on my camera.
Yeah, no. I'm not worried about that. The next video that will be coming out is not how to sculpt Tyranid. It is a standard how to sculpt tutorial that is very interesting, and you should definitely check out. Tell your
Oh, damn it,
friends.
you're smart. Damn it, I'm an idiot.
It should be coming out here. What is today? Saturday? It'll be coming out here in the next few days. Be very excited. It is how to properly manage your green stuff. And if you're just like, hey, you know what? I need some green stuff. Where do I get it? Tune in to find out.
There's one place not
Look at
to
this.
get it
Look at
from.
this hype man. Look at this hype man right here. This is some high quality A grade hype shit going on right here. Look, I remembered to change my background so that it actually matches the video I already shot. Thank God for that. Oh wait, and I'll also turn off the really cool like color lights and just make it the boring lights.
Zoom out just a touch.
Hold on a sec.
So that I can stabilize the camera.
Oh right, okay.
Stabilize.
No, that one. Oh, that's different. And this one.
Just a question: you
That
get
is
into
not matched.
voiceover it afterwards, or is it just
Yeah.
silent on him? Okay.
No. I'll
So
voice
we'd
it
have to
over.
be-
That
Because otherwise
is-
it'll be like cutting with us in Big Stupid. Neck.
James Milner is going to bed, as well as Moose Heist.
Have a good night.
Thank you both for joining.
Thanks, guys.
But hopefully, as long as everything goes properly, we might be getting that Vince video. Wait, hold on. Let me look at the calendar. The second week of September, or the first week, whatever that is, whatever you count it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I
I
cannot wait until then to need green stuff. There's a certain very generous.
No, that's Tuesday. That's Tuesday, man.
Okay.
Oh, Simon, idea. You shouldn't call them your sponsors. You should be really like epic and call them your benefactors.
Ooh.
Oh, my benefactors. That sounds almost a bit sketchy.
Yes, in the best way, in the most mysterious way possible.
My benefactors. Yes, I will call them my benefactors.
Yes, it's like a malefactor. Wait, is that the opposite? Is that the antonym? The antonym for benefactor is malefactor. I think benefactor means like good doer, and malefactor to me sounds like bad doer.
Like Maleficent.
Yeah,
which means evil.
That sounds.
All right, I gotta do this quick.
Sounds fitting.
I gotta not obsess over green stuff because this is gonna be quick. Maybe.
Green stuff.
I
quick.
need to channel Hydra here. Hydra is very good at picking the right amount of small green stuff, like small amounts of green stuff. I can't. Every time I try and take a small amount of green stuff, I get way too much. I just feel like you're really good at sculpting small things in general.
Thank you. I'm sculpting right now skeleton fingers, and this is very small.
Pretty small. There you go. Case in point.
I should have been recording this.
You should have?
Yeah. Hydra sculpting.
Hydra doing anything we need to record.
We don't have very good video quality from Hydra right now, so it's probably fine.
Yeah. Well, I just like popped it up.
It always sucks. Otherwise, I would be now famous and super rich because I'm sculpting bullshit. But I don't have a camera, so yeah, there I'm stuck here.
It's actually not that bad. It's not as potato as you guys never tune into the work. Well, I know Dwarfanage knows, but on the Work in Progress Wednesday streams, Tactical D-Bag always has his camera up, and it's always super potato. Like hyper potato, like the most potato ever. Hydra, your video is actually really good right now. Oh wait, is this Dwarfanage? Is this because you boosted us?
That's what I was about to say.
Yes.
Oh my god!
But I'm not the only one who boosted. Also, Darth Bob,
Quality's so
Tactical
hot.
D-Bob, and Sedanuli. Or Sinaludi? Wait, let me look that
I
up.
really like that you called him Tactical D-Bob. That's what I want to call him now.
I said Tactical D-Bag.
No,
you said Tactical D-Bob.
Oh, jeez. The other person who boosted is Sedanuli.
I think Dwarf Bob. I'm calling him Dwarf Bob. I think Dwarf Bob also boosted, didn't he? Didn't Dwarf Bob boost?
Yeah. Dwarf Will.
No, he's Tactical D-Bob. He's Tactical D-Bob. This is amazing. I love it so much.
What Please fill me in. What does these boosts mean?
So
Over to you,
for
Dwarfanage.
for the Warp Shadow Discord, that means that it gives benefits to everyone in there. Like if you pay for the Discord subscription, you automatically get like high rating for like streaming stuff. But if like someone boosts the Discord, it adds you can upload like everyone can upload more like bigger files, like more pictures, and everyone can stream in like higher quality footage depending on like the level of stuff. But also you get like funky stuff like animated stickers and junk.
Oh, that's why we have that dancing Spore Mine now?
Mm-hmm.
Psychic Spore Mine.
Sorry, Psychic Spore Mine.
Sorry,
this is because someone pays for the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Their own. They have a membership. Or I guess you can pay for like our Discord directly, but isn't it Dwarfanage that they have their own Discord membership and they got Nitro and then they are given boosts that they can use on their servers, on different servers?
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what Darth, Bob, and Will and I do. But I know you can buy specifically like boosts, but it's not worth like cash. Like it's not a good value.
Yep.
Wait. So how did you get the Nitro? Did you just pay for Nitro itself, or?
Yeah.
What does Nitro do for an individual?
So that allows you to like stream like 1080p. I don't really know what else it does besides like give you the boost, but mostly it's because I don't want to publicly say what I do, but that way I could show my screen in a very high quality for anyone who was watching, and we could consume interesting things together in a high quality.
Okay,
that sounds weird. That
I
sounds.
No,
really
I think I know what he's
weird.
getting at. I know what he's getting.
mean.
I think I know what he's getting at.
Yeah.
A little yo-ho, Hydra. A little yo-ho and a bottle of rum. We need to talk more about this offline, Dwarfanage, because I don't.
I'm not gonna like. So an interesting thing, just totally unrelated. So I am actually a reverend. I've actually been a reverend for like 10 years.
The Church of Dwarfanage?
Yeah. So I like did it online. I did like my first wedding. Because I got it when I was in high school, just because I was like, oh, this takes 5 minutes, how fun. And I did my first wedding for my friend and her boyfriend because he was visiting from Belgium, and they got married at the Dr. Pepper Museum. It was a treat.
Dr. Pepper Museum. Wow.
Yeah, go to that for a second.
You know who loves Dr. Pepper? You know who loves Dr. Pepper?
My little brother? I don't know.
No, Hydra used to be fueled by the stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not worth coming to Wake to the town that I live in. Okay, I'm moving.
You won't be there for much longer.
I live in the city of Waco, and it has the Dr. Pepper Museum, and it's interesting if you live here, but it isn't worth like a long trip to go see. The coolest.
Oh my god, I keep starting and finishing. I keep starting and not. I keep filming and not filming. Jacob, so I'm sorry.
That's fine. Wait, what was the story I was telling? Oh, okay. So
Wedding,
I'm a reverend. I'm a reverend. Okay, and
the
legally,
Church of
non-denominational, but legally, because I was looking into this, it's actually illegal for people to come over to your house to watch a movie in the privacy of your own home.
If you're a reverend?
No, if you're just a person and you're watching a movie in your house, and people come over to watch it, it's actually illegal because you don't have the broadcast. Like nobody like enforces that, but it could be enforced, right? So the only way to legally, without getting a broadcasting license or whatever, in America is if it's part of a church service. And it has to be actively part of a church service. I looked this up and found this out the other day. Yeah, it's crazy.
Welcome to Ameristan.
Even like at school where they're like, oh yeah, class, we're gonna watch a movie today. That's technically illegal. I looked that up, and I was like, what? Because just how American laws work. And I was discussing it with our patent friend, and just how silly that whole thing is because you don't own the things that you buy. Yeah, but if somehow you could work a movie into being part of a church service as a member of a religious clergy, it's legal to watch movies with people
in a church service.
in a church service.
Because Jesus says it's
So,
okay.
folks, this church service will be
Non-denominational
exactly
religion
90
service, okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
This is so screwed.
Yeah.
I love stupid laws. My favorite is tree law. Tree law is the best freaking law there is.
Which one is that?
Tree, as in Tree. Have you
Tell
heard
us about
this?
tree law, Flynn.
Oh, it's brilliant. So there's a lot of Reddit posts about this. So typically they all start with my neighbor or someone cut down the tree on my property and I didn't give them permission to.
Yeah.
Sometimes it turns out that this is a very old tree. And tree law fucks people over massively.
Oh, I got a bit of this, but I fucked over my neighbor only. Well, it's not my neighbor. I fucked over the builder who was building my neighbor's house. They chopped off the roots on my tree, and they got fined by the city. And then they said that he could either make them send an arborist to do some work for me or plant a new tree for me. I'm like, well, the tree you chopped the roots off is like 25, 30 feet tall, so that's not going to be coming anytime soon. Like, I'm not going to get a new tree. But fortunately, the tree survived, and he had to send an arborist to do some work in my backyard.
Yeah, so it's that sort of things, but they can actually sometimes they cut the tree down completely. They either have to pay for a new sapling and it's care for it until it reaches that age. So that's years.
That's smart.
It depends on what the judges say, but sometimes it is tree law can really fuck people over. It is just if you ever have a dispute. If they cut down your something on your property and it's a tree and it's an old tree or it's a protected tree in the area, people are fucked. The stories you get from tree law are brilliant. So there is a meme of it of going. There's people going tree law, just like popping out of nowhere. Lawyers going tree law because it's a very niche law that they have in America for it. But
it's America? I thought this was the UK.
It's America where tree law is a big thing, but when it happens, it's brilliant. Just
so Dwarfanage, I'm scraping this out to film it again.
I feel like, well, I feel like you might not need to film this because it's
okay. Whatever. I said I would.
Okay. Well, that might not go into the final video.
You jerk, you put it in there. I sculpted. Okay, so here's the situation. It needs to go in because I sculpted the surround and then said, like, oh, this is one way you can sculpt vents. You sculpt the surround first and then you fill it with putty.
Okay. Did you see Did you see my questions? I don't know if we really need to be talking about design stuff on the stream, but did you see my question about the technique that you did? Like why you use like specific tools?
Oh, yeah. Why do I use my knife sculpting tool instead of just using a dull X-Acto blade?
Or like a needle. But if it's just personal preference, like that's cool. I just wanted to know.
It's basically personal preference. Like I don't like. I think I've tried sculpting with a needle before. I found it frustrating.
Okay. Because it was more just for if there was a specific reason I wanted to have that in the video, but if it's just personal preferences.
No, I think it's just personal preference.
Okay.
Literally, I think it's because that's how Hydra taught me to do it. Or maybe I taught myself this. I don't remember.
Not all my fault.
Most things are your fault. Most of the good things are your fault.
Trying
tree law's a thing in Toronto too. Here. Chris is saying, I miss living in Toronto. Didn't know Chris was from Toronto. No name.
We don't even know who Chris is.
Exactly.
Besides their name,
Stealth.
Chris.
They say
Stealth Chris.
Tom Wilson.
How do we know that their name is Chris?
Tom Wilson says that in the UK you can cut branches that hang over your property, but legally you have to return them to the owner.
What? Oh wow! You can cut branches that hang over your property here too. Wow.
It's just like you cut off the tree down and go, "Fuck you!" I'm not recycling.
Back over the fence.
Oh, legal. That's great. Legally, you have to return them to the owner. Okay, I'm just gonna throw all the junk in your yard. Good luck. It's legal.
You can deal with this. Thank you. Bye bye. But fruit, however, is different. If the fruit is hanging over in a public area, you can take it. You don't have to
Nice.
ask for permission. But if
Nice.
if the branch is like halfway over, if the fruit is hanging halfway over, you can't take it. But
What?
hardly.
Halfway
Because
over?
it's-
How do you?
So,
You
but
gotta get
You
it
have
your
to hang
meter
it
stick.
over a fence.
no, but it's just like if you look at it and it's like it's more than their actual garden. Technically, you would be stealing,
Okay.
but they don't really go that much into it. No one really cares that much, and no one really takes fruit off the street anyway.
In Texas,
Well-
it's still on the books that if you steal a head of cattle, it's a hanging offense, and you can kill someone for stealing your cattle. But
A head?
I mean,
Isn't
that's
that
the
like a
whole-
bunch though? Like, what if you steal
No.
one cow? That's not a head of cattle.
no. I said stealing your cattle, not a head of cattle.
Oh,
But
I heard steal a head.
Where did the head come from?
you just heard like cowboy talk.
I thought you said head of cabbage for a second there. Anyway,
A head of cattle is like, isn't that a unit? A head
Let's
of
look.
something?
I'm googling it, checking.
because I know it's a herd of cattle, but a head. That's something I've never heard.
I think it's just it's a single cow. It's a head of cattle. It's a single cow.
Is a head of cattle a real expression? Isn't that like 12 or 10 or something?
So I was like looking at it because I was like, I'm not sure. But it's just a single cow, so they might say like, yeah, I got 5,000 head of cattle, or like I got, because I think it typically they use it to refer to like cows, but I think it could also be used potentially for other animals.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it specifically like it typically is used to refer to cows.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you know.
Now
Yeah,
you know.
Good. I probably would have cried myself to sleep if I hadn't heard this info tonight.
We knew it. We knew it. And that's why we gave you
Learn
these hot
something every
tips.
day.
Yeah.
13 head of cattle is 13 cows. Yes, it is, says
Oh,
Monet.
there we go.
That's also a baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen of cattle. So a head is one cow.
Yeah.
You'd think that they could just
You
say 13
Englishmen
cows.
confuse me.
I think it's
That's an
old-
American thing, I
it's-
think.
I think it's
Yeah,
an
that's
old
American.
expression. From like a different I think it's from when language was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From when people couldn't talk.
When people couldn't talk.
That's English.
Such
can't talk.
judgment. Such judgment from the second language speaker.
It's probably from like when everyone that was like ranching was a bunch of different like cultures, and so they had to have like specific language
Speaking of
Yep.
ranching,
because of all the immigrants and stuff.
have any of you guys watched Yellowstone?
It's crap, in
No.
my opinion.
Isn't it like an alt-right kind of thing? No. What is it?
Um,
Libertarian or something?
I think it is libertarian because the main characters are like wealthy people, but I don't know if the show itself has like a libertarian bent. It's more that
gotcha.
they are like rich landowners who eventually go for politics and stuff. But I think it's more about
Yeah.
like family drama.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
more of a family drama bit, but they have like elements of like First Nation. So you're Native Americans. People don't know
Yeah.
what you mean by First Nation. You do have like the rich ranch owner, but they're trying to fight against progression. There's also like the environmental factors into it. It's quite a different bit of it. It's mainly a family drama, but there's the political elements to it. But it's just like when you mention like ranching and stuff like that, it's just
Yeah.
I've been watching
What's it
it
about?
with my parents, but it is quite interesting because they are very open to everything, to explain a lot of things to it, which is quite interesting because normally it would be, yeah, yeehaw, it's the West, it's a ranching thing, Wild West, blah blah blah. It's actually they're
Oh,
developing.
but it's actually like
quite-
educational.
Yeah,
No,
it's quite a lot.
Yellowstone
It's
is more modern. It's set
Oh, no,
during like
but-
now.
Oh no, I know that fits that now, but they've got the spin-offs as well. But it's the whole. They're not just focusing on the ranch itself. It is they do delve into Native American issues and everything else with it as well. Of like, this is what happens on the reservations. The reservations need these things to progress and survive. They've got their anger towards the settlers, the Americans, whatever you want to call it, the whites, as they're mainly
Colonials.
referred to as. It's mainly the whites they refer to them as, to be honest.
Well,
But it's
Well,
also the
for
interchange
reasons.
for obvious reasons, because they were all white.
I
Oh.
did like their Old West spinoff show, but a really good like Western kind of modern show is called Outer Range. It's
I think I've heard of that.
It's very weird. But like
Isn't
one
it
of the
like
guys,
kind of like weirdly supernatural or something?
yeah, like it's got like I don't want to like get into it too much. I actually didn't get that far. I was like super into it, but I was watching it when it came out, and I'm terrible at
I
that.
heard it was very good. Yeah.
It was interesting. Like the character that was presenting themselves as the antagonist had insane dialogue that was unhinged, and I will not repeat it on this show or on this stream because it was quite vulgar, but it was wild and the delivery was iconic.
Okay.
I just from like that conversation alone, I recommend this show just because of how insane the conversation was.
Interesting. Okay. Outer Range. I wonder if it's streaming on anything we have.
It's from the big box store.
Oh no, I don't have them. I got rid of them.
You say the big box store, and I think of Blockbuster.
No, not sad. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Blockbuster.
We'll talk about watching it after this.
Sure.
There are ways. I have my ways.
Anyway, off the topic of cow shows, unless we want to have more conversations about
more cows.
I do love me some westerns. I was having like a very long talk about good westerns with Will the other day.
Yeah.
Or we could talk samurai films. They're the same thing.
Yep. I'm sculpting like I realized I should sculpt a armor plate on the shoulder of this dude. It's
a bit of sci-fi, and then
amazing.
we start talking about Star Wars.
Who cares? Hey, talking about cow shows and sci-fi. Talk about Firefly.
Oh man, I need to rewatch.
It's a sci-fi cow show.
Long.
Talking about samurais, I'm not very keen on the genre. I'm not, not into that very much. But the dude who made who wrote the rules for Altars of the Dead Gods, has made a rule set for playing like a samurai game. Basically, if I recall it correctly, he tries to recapture the feel of those samurai movies in Specialty. For anyone who's into that stuff.
That sounds exciting.
I don't know. Yeah, you can, if you probably hit him on Instagram, he'll send you some rules.
Cool.
And they look pretty cool. That's I always like good looking rules.
Oh, like actually puts like a lot of work into the design of them.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep. That he surely did.
People that are just recently showing up into the chat, what's everyone working on this week?
Good question. Also, people who are just recently showing up in the chat, please like and subscribe. Consider supporting me on Patreon. Because
me too. Oh wait, I don't have one. Sorry.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Or why not friends of the streams, such as Eric's Hobby Workshop? So if you'd like to do his collab with Nick, tell him that. See if we can get some more.
Yeah. Go tell Eric. Check out our Screamer Killer video that we did together and be like, this is so cool. You should do more cool Tyranid stuff with this guy. Apparently that Screamer Killer video did not do as well as his other videos, but whatever.
People don't understand things.
I think it was his best video.
Whether it had the performance or not. I agree. I think it was also his best video. I'm not at all biased.
Oh, a question about that video, because I was watching it recently. For the bits where he's kind of like doing an interview, not the one where you're sitting at the table and talking, but when he like kind of like has bits of you talking about the design and stuff, were you like on the phone or something? Okay, I was
No,
wondering because I was like, what is going on with the sound?
I recorded it on my good audio mic, but apparently it wasn't good enough for him. He tweaked it. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't there with him. And when I was there with him, the problem was he put his really good mic on the table that we were sitting at, and I kept hitting the table.
You are the audio gremlin.
Because I'm a filthy professional.
That's such a Mr. Pink thing to do.
That's me.
Just smacking the table.
Oh, wait. Adam Cabell is here. Welcome, Adam. He's got a question. I'm getting another Screamer Killer kit, itching to convert it just into what? Oh crap, I don't think he's posted it yet, but Bits of Box is doing a really awesome Screamer Killer where he's like, a lot of people have done the like Psycho Killer where they take the Psychophage head and they stick it on the Screamer Killer body. But Bits of Box is more like, I don't know, I like it a lot better because he's actually incorporating the head into the Screamer Killer body. He's not having like the Psycho Killer Psychophage head like stick out the front. I don't think he's posted a picture. I think he's only shared in our Discord, which sucks.
I haven't even seen it in the Discord, and I've already got that in my head, and I've actually got that planned.
It was a long time ago, and it was so good. And the other thing that he did is that he was what the fuck? I tried to search Bits of Box, but it does the thing where like it autofills your search like in the second before. Stop doing that.
Okay,
Second before you click.
I'll do it for you.
He doesn't have it. I'm looking
now
now.
Searching for Bits of Socks.
Bits of some weird, I don't know, South Asian thing came up.
Bits of Blocks.
Well, okay, so Bits of Box did do one cool thing with a Screamer Killer, but he like combined it with a Psychophage. I'll put it in the chat. Here's one thing you consider, Adam. And then, Fluff Demon. I think he changed his name.
Yeah, he did because he's distanced himself from.
Damn, and I don't even know what he changed it to.
And he got his icon was changed as well. I understand people wanting to change their name. Sorry. Whenever I go to Instagram, it sends me that message saying, "You've done this too much. Stop it."
What the heck did he call himself? Yeah, because he changed he posted about it. He's like, I'm changing my name to be less like Games Workshop. And I'm like, who are you even? Because I didn't recognize him when he wasn't called Fluff Demon. Where's Fluff Demon?
That's the problem. Some people don't realize, but when you change your name, any tags you've had don't retrospectively change either.
What? Really? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So it's like if you go to Twitter and you change your Twitter handle, any ones where you've been tagged in that old Twitter handle don't go anywhere until someone else picks up that Twitter handle and it gets redirected to their page instead.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's all social media, though.
Oh, I don't know where this guy is. Anyway, he did a really cool Screamer Killer. He did something similar to what Box did that I just linked to, but it was more like a hair specs. Like that was the vibe he was going for, and he nailed it. I want to like photocopy it directly.
So Adam Cabell or Cabell, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. So at the moment, my PoE character trying to get my Cyclone Impaler Slayer going. But prior to that, had been working on my NIDs, got some prints to fill out the bits for my old combat patrol. I was thinking of making it into a new unit, just trying to nail down the size or proportions, maybe a Maleceptor or Horror Specs, or they're a bit smaller. And does ask, there's a Discord?
There is a Discord. If you send me a message on Instagram, whoa, Hydra, that's some sexy pink yellow cube you just posted up with that lady. Oh my god, I love the guy with the knife. Damn, Hydra. Good work.
Thank you.
Yeah, send me a message on Instagram, and I can hook you up to Discord. It's not a public Discord. It's not a private Discord either. It's just like a don't want it to randomly be on the internet for all kinds of randos to show up Discord.
And also, what happens in the Discord stays in the Discord.
Yeah, whatever.
Makes
people take their chances. Easier. Yo, what the hell? Oh no. I thought I saved his post with his awesome hair specs. I don't think I did.
Like, I used to get on the crew Discord a lot. For the crew guys. And I'm actually a moderator on there, but I never get onto it because of just all the random crap.
Yeah, so like yeah, this is what I don't love Discords when they get like so huge that you can't keep track. I also don't love when people use the everyone tag a lot. Like, I'm in Discord for a gaming group here, and I can't always make it out to them. But they just everyone tag everything. They're like, we got a game day this weekend, everyone. I'm like, oh no, come on.
I'll show you how to block that later.
What?
You can disable that. You can disable that.
Oh, sweet. I thought I did for them, but I guess I didn't. Because I know. Oh, here we go. I found it. Oh, of course. Oh, god damn it. I have their old name.
Oh, did you save the picture? Oh, wait. Google Images reverse search.
Oh, it works? No, they posted it in their story.
Oh, potentially.
Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you in
yeah, send me in
on here.
Figure things out.
Discord.
I have my Google food.
Where the hell is Flynnhammer?
I know Google food. Just put it in the sign-ups.
No one knows where he is, but somewhere in England.
Okay, I think I just sent it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if your Google Foo is going to function, but god, what was he called? I don't know. Anyway.
Benefactor.
Yeah, he's making a benefactor, not to be confused with a malefactor.
That's the word I learned today.
Oh, Adam Cabell already gave me a message on Oh, Adam Cabell's the one who was doing the Skeletor themed Hive Fleet. Okay, gotcha. Just found it. Oh, then I should just send Adam the link right now.
Yes, you should.
Okay, it might be time to call this soon. I feel like I'm degenerating.
Oh, but you're not hangry yet.
Also, I'm breaking things. How the hell do I share this?
That's nothing new as well.
Invite people. I'm just breaking everything.
My green stuff is curing. I need to call it soon.
Thank you for joining, Hydra. I didn't know if you could make it.
Oh yeah, I was surprised myself. But it was a great distraction, or it still is a great distraction.
Great. Happy to hear that. There we go, we're back. Yeah, and I'm glad that I got to convert one of these things like on stream. That worked out pretty well. So yeah, this is a converted Barbgaunt. Again, if you're joining late, you can go back and check the VOD of this recording. I recorded it all. But the main changes are Gene Stealer foot here as the... Hold on. Bear with. There we go. How's the focus? It's fine. Don't obsess. So yeah, Gene Stealer foot here from the current edition Gene Stealer, soon to be replaced, as a hand stolen from Quarantine Miniatures, because I don't really love the hoof look. I want it to look more like a hand. I really like that. Chop the shoulder gun up a lot and pinned it in so that it's like along the central axis of the body, like a Biovore gun over the head. Chop the arms off the shoulder gun and took the little hook from the end of the shoulder gun bayonet and put it on as one scythe, and then took a random gargoyle tail scythe that I had lying around as the other one, sculpted over the hole here where the shoulder gun's supposed to mount, and also assembled it kind of broken, so it's gappy because I want to expand the stance of it a bit so that it's not so one-dimensional looking or flat looking. Just by leaving a smaller gap here and a bigger gap back here. I don't know how well I managed that, but yeah, I think that the arms really help to like change up the pose on this guy to make him look, well, unfortunately you look at this side and it still looks very like one-dimensional or two-dimensional, but this side's more interesting. So this is going to be his golden angle shot from this side. It's going to look so badass. I'm happy with how that guy came out. Okay, so now I've got 3 converted dudes. Well, this guy needs some more green stuff work, but I've got this dude here, and then I've got another dude inside who I'm painting, but he's got a minor conversion. So yeah, I'm really happy that I accomplished that on this stream.
Hey.
What did everybody else accomplish?
The very slow process of trying to get these ghosts to look right.
So you were saying they're too warm?
I got it knocked down, but they just looked. I don't know what was going on with the purple. Like, partly the reason it took me so long is that I was just like doing like a bunch of washes to try to get this purple to look cold instead of like warm, because it was like warm violet, and it was just throwing the whole tones off. But now looking at it, the warm flame looks cold, so I don't know what's going on.
I had the opposite. Well, Adam Cabell just said I don't use Instagram. I thought I. Oh no, wait, that's the other person. So I had the opposite problem where with my purple on my Tyranids, it comes out way too cold and I want it to be warmer.
Magenta.
So what I did is I found the a really warm pink. Oh, it's mostly the pink. Like when I highlight them up to like a light, like a white pink, then it gets cold. So I found actually a War Colors pink that I feel like is like the pinkest pink that ever did pink. It's called Titillating Pink. It's based on like the old Nostalgia line from where they copied Games Workshop paints. Yeah, and that worked. Like I put that in and it warmed it up a bit. So maybe you need to find a cold purple and mix it in, or mix in a blue.
You know what you can also do?
So what I ended up doing was I mixed. So I have some like artist range things. So I took my violet, mixed in some Phthalo blue, red shade, and then I mixed in some black to bring the tone down. Because the violet itself was like very warm, so I had to mix in like a bunch of extra cool colors. It was just kind of finicky to get that mixture.
I was about to say that you can always think about the colors that you have next to the one you want to have warmer or colder. Because when you have like, you can go with a warm-cold contrast. So if you have a blue and put a red or orange next to it, the blue will instantly look colder than it would do originally. So it depends on what you're mixing up.
Oh, interesting.
With it.
So is that why your flame looks colder? Because you put it beside a cold color?
Yeah, because like the violet itself was very pinky, so I knocked it back down to be more purpley. But now the pink is a little bit desaturated, so I got to resaturate that to make it look warm. It's a whole bunch of like pushing and pulling type of finicky stuff. But it'll look good eventually, maybe. And I need to do like the skin tones, which are going to be very warm, which should also like rebalance it.
Yep. Tom Wilson, yes. Stuart Semple did also make a Pinkest Pink, the guy who made Black 2.0 and 3.0. I just haven't bought it yet. Also, apparently, like, you need a very special base to paint it over.
Yeah. White.
So they sell a primer. They sell a special kind of primer that apparently makes it work better.
From my recent experience with pink, a good white cover is important. And I just bought from, when I got stuff from PK ProSend, I bought some white, like super white ink. Ink. Because I've seen people do like glow effects with that, so they just use the pink before and then, you know, the white, and then go over with whatever. As wash. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So no name. If you don't use Instagram and you want to get on the Discord, fire me an email. I'm modernsynthesist@gmail.com. And just say, heard about it on the stream or something.
Or Twitter.
Flynn?
Let's say. You could message you on Twitter.
Oh, fuck Twitter. I'm so mad at Elon Musk and Twitter right now. Like I say I'm not going on Instagram, I'm actively not going on Twitter.
Or then you have your. Do you have if he has Facebook, he can message you on Facebook. Maybe you're.
Doesn't have
Oh,
Facebook
dude! I've been
No,
off
he's a
Facebook
Facebook
since
page.
Australia got shut down on news.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
don't-
deleted my
were
Facebook. There's a
gonna-
modern
we were gonna
synthesis
go-
Facebook that I never touch.
You
We
still
were
have
gonna
your.
go a whole stream without talking about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
let's
already
do
mentioned
it.
it. He
Why
already
not you
mentioned
listening
it.
at some point?
He
Let's
already
scream
mentioned it.
together.
What?
He already mentioned it. No, but I
Anyway.
was thinking it was on there.
Let's scream together.
I've seen
Good.
it when you posted and stuff, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's the thing. You didn't post that. That's not on the Instagram. It's like, oh yeah, there it is.
I'm not posting on the Instagram. Actually,
No,
I've been posting on my community
Okay.
channel or community tab on my YouTube. So I should get some pictures up there.
Oh, great. Now I have another app to check out to see your work.
No,
Shit.
this is still YouTube. This is still YouTube. But yeah, it's
Yes.
another
It's
place to
YouTube.
find his stuff.
Yeah,
This
Don't
is
get
a different
started
tab on
on-
my YouTube.
Don't get him started on Reddit yet either.
Oh, I have Reddit. I have Reddit. I could post it on Reddit. In fact, I should post it on Reddit. I think people on Reddit will get excited about this, like, Barbgaunt to Biovore, but I think I already posted it. I don't know. I'll post it again. Oh, I posted something on Reddit, and people freaked out. Oh, I posted this guy on Reddit. Inspired by Simon. The Red Terror conversion from the Parasite of Mortrex.
Oh yeah.
Completely ripped off Simon's similar conversion of the Parasite.
And then they'll tell
To
you
the
that you're
return.
wrong.
Oh yeah. Wait, what was that about? Was that about this guy?
No.
No, that was about my hive.
Red Dragon.
Yeah, my Red Dragon. Shit. This is why we did it. No, you're wrong. That's not what it is. It's like, no, I assure you, I commissioned the picture. I know exactly what it is. No, you're wrong. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm wrong.
No, the guy who's arguing against you, like, no, that's an old one. I can.
That's a Stone Crusher Carnifex. I can.
second.
Oh no, that's a Stone Crusher
I
Carnifex. I
commissioned
assure you,
it.
it's a Stone Crusher. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
but
we are
everyone else in the
descending into
community thinks
madness.
that. I don't care. I'm the one who commissioned it. I can tell you what it is. Just because they think
This
it's
is
that
descending.
doesn't mean it's that.
Into
Crusher.
madness.
It's okay because it's a Saturday.
It's already madness when we start. It can't descend
Okay.
into
right.
madness. It's built
All
to
right. Saturday is
sanity.
madness. All right. If you're here to the end, I'm going to give you a hot tip. I don't know what the heck this is called in Europe. I'm sorry. Maybe someone can translate it for me.
Sort of.
Go out to your home hardware store. Get yourself some No More Nails. Made by Lepage, otherwise known as Lepage. Construction adhesive. This is not super glue. It's like a white, like caulking sort of thing that you can use. And this changed my life. Like, I am like trying to glue these big hunks of carbide, I think they are. Big hunks. These hunks of carbide into my base as like weights, because I'm going to put a big freaky enslaver gene stealer on this guy. Don't comment on where the pin is going. I know it's gross, but that is the point of contact. So I got this guy on here, and I don't want him to tip too easily. So I wanted to put some weight in the base. So I drilled through these pieces of metal, and I'm like, how am I going to glue them on there? If I put super glue and I just like shock this base, they're going to fall right out. This stuff is amazing. You just put it on everything. I've been gluing like stuff to foam, glue foam together. This stuff is amazing. Yeah, it's just cool. So it's like white kind of. Oh yeah. If you've got, what is it called, blenophobia? Watch out. This might get a little slimy. So it's just got a little. It's like white paste kind of stuff, like caulking. That you. Okay, how Slaneshi is this?
Nick, just to
I'm
answer
gonna
your
get
question,
demonetized. What?
We do have No More Nails here in the UK.
Good man. Go get some No More Nails. So it dries
Good.
relatively quick, not super quick. It's not like epoxy, it's something else. It's kind of like rubberized, a little bit rubbery.
Hey
I would
guys,
use it if I was
my
magnetizing.
My battery is down. If you want to see what I did today, sorry to
I do.
interrupt you.
Hold on, do you want me to make it big? Do you want me to
Oh,
make you
no,
big?
If you have
Oh.
minutes,
You got thanks to Dwarfanage and some other kids, we've got like a hardcore, amazing. Hold on, I'm gonna do something crazy.
How many
Flip.
Senesi words can you fit into a sentence?
Here we go.
He's so
Can you put your hand behind it, Hydra? The focus is whoa, no, okay, no, go back to the other angle if you.
He puts his hand in.
God damn it! I literally just. Hold on. Bear with.
Ooh.
So it's focusing on your grid behind, but that's pretty good. We can pretty much see what you do.
It looks awesome.
Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, there. Oh, you had it. Yeah, you bang on. Or a little bit.
Dope.
Looks good, buddy.
That's my leech, and I like this one as well.
Ooh.
Oh, he's got a skull headed. Oh my god, that's horrifying. I don't know why, but oh, it's a little bit out of focus. I don't know. The combination of the screaming skull mouth and the ring just creeps me the hell out. It gives me like Doom vibes. I don't know why.
Love chain rats.
Oh, he's gone. And he's gone. Hydra, we barely knew you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Now Flynnhammer is doing something that is definitely not Tyranid. Oh, is this some giant stuff?
Yeah. It's one of the two. I finished this one today, which is.
What is he? Oh, he's got an accordion.
Yeah.
All right. If for some reason, somehow you've missed Flynn's Giants, you got to go check him out.
The newest
Over
addition
on
to the
Instagram.
band. So I now have
so
a
worried about this.
pilot.
Oh yeah, we should probably. I gotta call this now, guys. I gotta go. We got some friends here, and are they leaving or no? They're... Okay.
Soapbox cart is on the way.
Sorry, we got some friends visiting from Europe, and I gotta run. But I'm glad we went this late. Like, this is a super long stream. Because we start... Oh, no, we didn't start at 3:30. We were supposed to start at 3:30. And then we started at 4. Thank you for everyone who stuck around. Yeah, go ahead, Jacob.
Quick question. You were saying something about a setup?
Setup. What?
I don't know. You were saying something about your setup and you were thanking some people.
I was thanking... I'm thanking... Are you hinting at something? Can you just make it...
No,
I'm
not. You were saying something. You said like thanks Dwarfanage, and then thank you to some other people we have, and then Hydra had to go real quick, and then.
Oh, I want to thank all the people who were in the chat who stuck around. Certainly. I wanted to plug no more nails. No more nails is that's a tip from Miniature Spencer. I love it. Thanks to the patrons. Yes, absolutely. I posted on Patreon recently, but because Dwarfanage is now going to be helping me with video, that's an added expense that I need to use that Patreon funding to fund. Well, now Symbio Joe made sure we're funding some of the expense with his very generous super chat. But yeah, if you enjoy the videos that I make, and as you see more of them start coming out soon, consider supporting on Patreon, because that's legit just cash that's going to go to make more videos. So thank you to all of my... Wait, I should do a Patreon roll call. I've never done this. I'm going to thank my patrons. They are... Where the heck are they? So thank you to Bobola, otherwise known as Alam. Some folks know Alam. Thank you, Lark. Thank you, HLJM, Sideways with a C. Paul Ambrose, Tim Stables, John Common, love that name, John Common. Aaron Davies, otherwise known as the storyboard guy, awesome dude. Will Hughes, Matthew A. Atkins, Leander Vonk, I like that name too, Leander Vonk. Will Merritt, El Nguyen, oh shit, I fucked that up. El Win, George Pattern, Brodius is good times. Alexander Kleinschrod, I don't know how to pronounce that. Shibo Metaphorowabi, I don't know how to pronounce that either. Fergus Carroll, cool name. Silhouette Fleur, otherwise known as Mama Reaper. Daniel Figueiredo dos Santos, Swarby 8D, Viper 2532, Eric Odinson, good times, always sends me lots of fun messages. SMGR, Matt Bargaist, who's awesome. B, don't know about B. Julian Taylor, Tom Wilson, James, Alexander Spira, Chris Lee, god damn it, there's so many of them. Faust Dimos, Christian Buchan, Max Andrew Beal, Hooge, like that name, Yaucha, and of course, the OG, original gangster Patreon, Eric Christensen, otherwise known as Metalbeard Eric, who was my very first patron pretty much exactly a year ago. He was the first person to ever support me on Patreon. I really appreciate that, Eric. And Eric is also receiving a fun thing like Symbio Joe is receiving very soon. As soon as I get them off the floor and into the mail. No, they're not living creatures. So yeah, thank you to all the patrons. You make this possible, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you to everyone who shows up for these streams regularly. I also appreciate that. And what the heck's going on here? We've got extra video. Jacob, you have your video on?
No. Oh, Hydra's back.
Who's got their video on? Oh,
Me.
Hydra's back?
His camera died. His phone died.
Oh, he's back. I didn't know he was coming back. Are you there, Hydra? We don't have audio. We're just... maybe he doesn't know that he's back. He might not know that he's still in this chat. I'm done. The Patreon thing's done.
Okay.
That's all the people. Thank you. Oh, there's a Patreon link. Flynnhammer slapped it in the chat. Thank you. It's just Modern Synthesist over on Patreon. You can go check that out. And yeah, there's already, actually, if you want to see our next How to Sculpt video, it's already up. It's been up on Patreon for a week, and then it should be coming out on the YouTube channel on Tuesday. And as Dwarfanage mentioned before, it's how to buy and store green stuff. I'm going to go over why I keep my green stuff in glass jars like this. Those are very good. What? I'm not going to give it away. Watch the video, and you will learn why the hell this is in a glass jar. How's that for a tease?
Yeah.
Groovy. All right. Yeah, but thank you all so much for joining up. Our next stream is going to be very soon. It's going to be on Wednesday night. Oh, Hydra's gone again. It's going to be on Wednesday night. We're going to watch the Games Workshop preview, watch along. I don't think there's going to be very many Xenos in it, especially because we've already been spoiled for Tyranids. I think they're probably going to hit us with the rest of the Space Marines that are supposed to come out. Amazing that they haven't done that yet. I love it. Yeah. So we'll do that on Wednesday night. We'll also talk some hobby, and then we'll be back for a creature conference in just under 2 weeks' time. Tom Wilson, I will absolutely thank you on stream for a £2, because that already puts you in some of the higher people donating to me on Patreon. So I still appreciate it. It's fine. Oh my god, we just passed the 3-hour mark. Probably time to call this. Symbio Joe, thanks for joining. Have a good night. Chris No Name, good to see you. Adam Cabell, Tom Wilson, Diana. I'm randomly going through this chat. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Roland Pellis, who's gone. Jordan Hill was here. Moose Heist. I don't know. And everybody else. James Milner and all the other fine folks. Thank you so much for joining us.
Drop the likes, the subscriptions, the comments.
Yeah, and if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for putting up with our garbage not live. And leave a comment in the chat. Let us know what you thought.
Comment.
And we'll talk to you again soon.
Comment on the chat if you have anything you want to see or what you liked. Share this video with your friends. Like, share this channel with your friends. Let them know about it.
Look at this hype man. Good work.
Good job.
And we keep saying that we're going to do a stream where we answer people's questions. We got to get those questions. So if you have sculpting questions, I guess Tyranid questions, what other kind of questions can you have? Hobby questions. We're going to do a Q&A stream. Don't put them in the chat right now. Email them to me. Put the subject question stream and email them to modernsynthesist with a T on the end, modernsynthesist@gmail.com.
Oh,
Please send me your questions, whatever they may be.
the Creature Conference
Flynn?
101. ask us near enough most things.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more when the stream's over.
Yes, sounds good. All right, thanks everybody, and we will talk soon. Bye.